get dark and dark. Nighttime flash is smart. In the alley up the way, Sally couldn't stay. Why gotta be this way? Down to the land, they never need the course of nature. That pride is a force of nature. From the niggas that selling bowls to niggas that pull up on a blade and extort the razor. Like, where my cash at? That cat is a commodity farm. That shell ringing, that is not the alarm. The snake tricks doing bodily harm. And I can't do shit but sit back and watch as he lets it burn. She still got more precepts to learn. Looking for a daddy to digest some guidance. Looking for a nigga to progress to finance.
You better go somewhere with that black powder shit. You know that shit gets no play in this ride.
Yeah, outside with it. Get it and go, but every day with this pimpin' at home. When she been down around 12 hours flat for a nigga that don't know what to do with the scratch out there clueless. And that's when it get dark and dark. Nighttime flash is smart. In the alley up the way, Sally couldn't stay. Why gotta be this way? Whole life chasing this paper, get it this away for that away for a better day. Want it down, never late. Fuck it, let me take a pull, levitate. And it's all first verse. Every corner is a liquor store next to a church. Like, which one's worse? You could die by faith, you could die by thirst. What's worse? Worse.
Hey,
Remy. It's blasphemous. Telling me you shouldn't speak that way. Wishing that a man was never in a position to eat that cake. Hey, shit like that, real men despise. Right man's covering black eyes, you'd be surprised. The man trying to control you really isn't caring no lie. Real chop, no Marvin's room. This is Arthur room. And the plant of the seed is starting to bloom. I wrote this shit here for no one else but me. Hope you felt the speech or the James the Brown out.
Hey, Melissa.
You know that shit gets no play in this ride.
Listen, man, it's that gumbo. Coming from down under. Reporting live from the front door. Reminiscing. Highway cruising in the L dog. Tried to tell my brother slow down. He was like, hell nah. Speaking up on that hard top. Tudo. Truck full of judo. Be on everything like high fructose. I said that line back in 2009 and it's the rebirth. Same nigga that I hit the block in ski skirt. Old school fashion I never did. Blend in with the next gen. How can I try to pretend? Something about the way I talk I don't fit in. Some things I never change. Hard facts I ain't never lied. Wait, yeah I did. Couple of times saying lies usually based in fear. And when you can't face the fear, it's a waste of spirit. Like shit, is my mic on? Did they hear? Did they hear? Come on man, I'm about to have fun though. Yeah, I'm feeling jazzy, caught a kid sectional. I never knew how to swim, but on this type of wave I give a backstrokes. Satchel Page,
Right,
Melissa.
Melissa.
That's that type of shit that I do. But let me get off that. I'm out of space, spinning. I'm spinning.
Lessons in abundance.
Inside jokes, I'm grinning. Right out. And it's that gumbo.
Lord, why is it playing anyway?
From the front door. Fuck it if that's the hook, let the chorus unload. Scratch that. And I don't even like to write hooks. Been punching from the start, Southpaw.
Everybody take time now.
Shout that. Back to the scriptures, now let me vote the vision. Mentally been around the world, but physically ain't nothing different. Living life like my smile tattooed. Depression that's not in my lexicon, and I just wish the same for you. For you. For you. Ooh. I'm right out. Hitting that saxophone band to the bone, man. That's that type of shit that I be on. One last shot of jet. Fell off, got it back. It's all about the way that you react. That's the sign of a top pack. Breaking down character flaws. Niggas tough around other niggas, but deep inside scared of them laws. And it's gonna take the jaws of life to break them out that hard. But better yet, it's gonna take a change of thinking. The author too far in the sequence to stop at the speech of a prophet. I conjured up this thesis so broadly, collection place in place when I'm rocking this bitch. Money sign true form. Come right out.
Go ahead and pass that collection plate round. Money sign truth form. He deserves it. How is everybody doing tonight?
Blessings in the-
Wonderful, I hope. This nigga just can't wait to talk. Excuse my language. But he can't wait to talk. Every time I click anywhere near this, big blessings in abundance. Somebody said I vote you for president. We'll be in worse shape than we is now. You want us to die? He wear recycled clothes. Yes, he do. Because that Versace t-shirt has been worn multiple times during his live streams.
It's not a poop, baby.
Let's get it started, though.
abundance. Today's stream is about them wanting to be black, and you're ashamed of it. We're about to have what they call what? Black Friday. Very interesting when it comes to the words, because nobody wants to be black, right? Black has such a negative connotation, but when it comes to business, being in the black or being black is a beautiful thing. That means there's no deficit. That means that there's no debt. Businesses are looking to get out of the red. They don't want to be in the red. They want to go into the black. They want to be
Peter's
black.
Bar Grill.
Get in the black. All black everything. They're looking for a blackout. That's what it means. Because when you're in the red, you're in debt. So they cut these prices, get ready for the new season, because they want to be black or be in the black or get black. So this goes back to the words. Because words are GPS to reality. If you don't understand the words you're using, you don't understand what direct
Words are your GPS to reality, y'all. Crystal, did you fart? You being nasty. And then run off.
you're going in. You don't understand the impact that words can have on manifestation. And as I always say, you either dealing with manifestation or you're dealing with man-infestation. So I'll say it again. You're either dealing with manifestation or man-infestation. So if you're not productive, if you're not producing, you're retarded. And what does retardation mean? Look up the word retardation. It has nothing to do with being mentally ill. Retardation means
he done ran out of shit to talk about, so now he back to trying to dissect words, even though he didn't graduate the 8th, 9th, or was it the 10th grade?
It's impeding on one's ability to progress. Their inability to progress. To slow
Let me
down.
pause this for a second. I think people have it twisted. Now, everybody's not going to be on the same level of intelligence. That's true throughout life. But just because we pick on this grimy nigga, don't mean we picking on him because he's slow. We picking on him because he's preying on people that he thinks he's slow. But in all actuality, they just don't know no better, most of them. So let's keep it going.
Now, to procrastinate. So you're suffering from retardation. If you know you're supposed to be doing things to help you progress, you keep procrastinating. That's called retardation. But people tell you have to be humble. Well, look up the word humble, and you see that humble means to have a lower estimation of one's importance.
No.
And how can you be successful if you have a lower estimation of your own importance?
Just because you're humble doesn't mean you have a low estimation of your own importance. You can be rich and be humble. You can be powerful and be humble. You can also be broken humble. You know, humble is a way you act when it comes to humans.
I say it again. How can you be powerful? How can you be successful if you have a lower estimation of your own importance? You have to feel important to a cause in order for you to be successful. Look up these words, humility. A lot of these words don't mean nearly what has been suggested to us. I had a woman over here because I said,
And you know, words have more than one meaning, right? A modest or low view of one's own importance. Modesty, humbleness, modestness, meekness, lack of pride, lack of vanity, diffidence, unassertiveness. All of these are the same as humility. The opposite is pride.
Today's stream is about them wanting to be black, procrastinating. That's called retardation. But people tell you have to be humble. Well, look up the word humble, and you see that humble means to have a lower estimation of one's importance. And how can you be successful if you have a lower estimation of your own importance? I say it again. How can you be powerful? How can you be successful if you have a lower estimation of your own importance? You have to feel important to a cause in order for you to be successful. Look up these words, humility. A lot of these words don't mean nearly what has been suggested to us. I had a woman over here because I said, I'm blessed to have women at my disposal. She's thinking garbage cans.
No, disposable means you can throw it away. It's disposable. Doesn't mean garbage can. Hey, Risley. Doesn't mean garbage can. Disposable means that you can get rid of it. It's replaceable. So when you said that you had women at your disposal, that means you can pick them up and put them down anytime you want to. And the last time I checked, women were humans, and humans aren't things, they're people. So yeah, just like you said you could splash off with any woman, you'll splash in anything. That's what you said the last video, ain't it? So when you get out that toilet tissue. Sit your ass down. My bad, y'all.
Functionally illiterate. Functional illiterates. And I'm like, you gotta properly contextualize what I'm saying, because I'm at my students' disposal when I'm mentoring them.
Yeah, you disposable,
So
all right.
I had to double check and go into Merriam-Webster's dictionary to see what does it mean to be at the disposal of someone else. And it simply means that you are available onto them to be used as the resource that you are. But here we are, people get upset about work.
You look like he been to the disposal site and been stealing clothes that people threw away. But we just gonna leave that right there.
In terms that are being used that they don't even understand. Huh?
No, you don't understand that when you talk about a relationship, you don't say you have women at your disposal.
I'm not a physical being.
But you flesh and blood.
Ethereal being embarking upon a physical experience. But like I said, if you're not manifesting, if you're not dealing with manifestation, you're dealing with man-infestation. Because if you're not doing anything that's productive because you're procrastinating, then that's retarded, and that's probably because you're being too humble.
Boy, you acting
slow. You see how I put all of that together? Words are a GPS to reality. I promise you this. And many of us have been set up from the very beginning. Many of us have been set up from the very beginning,
Melissa.
just from the words and terms that we've been using. And holiday season is coming up right now.
Oh, there you go.
Okay? So because holiday season is coming up right now, I want to really connect with you guys about
before y'all spend y'all money,
it's
what he leaving
in
out.
Yourself, whether it be my program or someone else's.
Crystal, sit your rump down.
I want you guys to go back into black. I want you guys to get into the black. Okay? Meaning, get out of debt, get out the red, and get into the black. Get back into the black paradigm.
Yeah, she ain't that bright either, chilling.
When you're in the black, it's a beautiful thing. Black is beautiful in business because it means you haven't accumulated enough debt.
Yeah, black is beautiful when you're talking about a margin line. If you're going to compare it to being in the red means that you're overextending yourself. Being in the black means that you make a profit. And as far as I know, that's the only way.
That's adverse to your survival and your progression. So today I'm talking to you about black power. We gotta start sending correspondences to Nexus, L-E-X-I-S.
Oh no, how?
It's a beautiful thing. Black is beautiful in business because it means you haven't accumulated enough debt that's adverse to your survival and your progression. So today I'm talking to you about black power. We gotta start sending correspondences to Nexus, L-E-X-I-S, N-E-X-I-S. Nexus. We gotta start.
Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, so it is LexisNexis. I'm thinking about the other place. I was finna
Blessings
say
in
nigga.
abundance. Today's stream is about them wanting to be black, and you're ashamed of it. We're about to have what they call
No, they don't want to be black. They want to be in the black. See, that's what happens when you don't know the English language.
to black. I want you guys to get into the black. Okay? Meaning, get out of debt, get out the red, and get into the black. Get back into the black paradigm. Because in business, when you're in the black, it's a beautiful thing. Black is beautiful in business because it means you haven't accumulated enough debt that's adverse to your survival and your progression. So today I'm talking to you about black power. We got to start sending correspondences to LexisNexis, L-E-X-I-S.
LexisNexis don't give a goddamn if you purple with pink polka dots. They just worried about your credit.
N-E-X-I-S, LexisNexis. We got to start sending correspondences to checks systems, C-H-E-X, checks systems. Because these are the dry snitching ass organizations that are soliciting data
Dry snitching.
at the bequest of
How they dry snitching? When you sign the contract, you give them authority to send your information out. So they ain't snitching at all, let alone dry snitching.
other entities, such as your credit bureaus and other financial institutions, so they could redball you, not blackball you. So they could put you in the red. That's why I have credit card redlining, where they draw.
Blackballing is totally different from being in the red. What is wrong with you? Oh Lord, he back to them Versace pants, y'all. Hold on, I think that's that romper and he just put a shirt on over it so it look like some regular pants. DJ!
A red line through a map and say if anybody lives in these areas, don't give them opportunities or give them very little opportunities when it comes to money. Because most people are not saving a bunch of money under their mattress. Most people are using insurance monies, and most people are using, I'll say it again, real estate monies, insurance monies to purchase real estate, and credit opportunities.
Hold on, 2
They're
weeks
using
ago
insurance
it
and
was credit cards they was using to buy real estate and shit. Make up your mind, nigga.
To amass wealth.
Jody Jackson.
They're using credit to invest. They're using insurance to invest. But you're redlined because they can't deny you of these opportunities because of your race, but they can't deny you these opportunities because of your zip code.
That's only housing.
But many races exist in clusters per each zip code. So they're technically denying you of opportunities based on your race. So we might have to add a positive item to your credit report and have you get an address via UPS, a UPS address, not a United States Postal Office address, because bureaus interpret that.
Oops. My bad, y'all. I just spilled something.
Blessings in abundance.
We are not on this over.
Some insurance monies. And most people are, say it again, real estate monies, insurance monies to purchase real estate, and credit opportunities. They're using insurance and credit to amass wealth. They're using credit to invest. They're using insurance to invest.
I bet it was.
But you're redlined because they can't deny you of these opportunities because of your race, but they can't deny you these opportunities because of your zip code. But many races exist in clusters per each zip code. So they're technically denying you of opportunities based on your race. So we might have to add a positive item.
Teach y'all something real quick. We're gonna keep this tab up for searches. What is redlining? Redlining is a term used to a now illegal practice in the mortgage lending industry. Lenders used to draw red lines around portions, hold on, of a map to indicate areas of a city in which they didn't want to make loans. It don't go by zip code neither. Even if a credit-worthy applicant applied to buy a home in those neighborhoods, they could be denied. Reverse redlining, where a bank lends to a borrower in a redlined area but charges a premium for the loan which isn't justified by their creditworthiness, also exists. And it can look like realtors refusing to show properties in some areas to certain types of people. This practice was made illegal in the Fair Housing or Equal Credit Opportunity Act. While redlining on a racial basis has been prohibited by law, lenders can still redline if a house lies on a fault line or a flood area. Like they'll tell you, like when I moved here, they checked to see if my house was in a flood area.
Blessings in abundance.
Oh, shut up.
To invest. They're using insurance to invest. But you're redlined because they can't deny you of these opportunities because of your race, but they can't deny you these opportunities because of your zip code. But many races exist in clusters per each zip code. So they're technically denying you of opportunities based on your race. So we might have to add a positive item to your credit report and have you get an address via UPS. A UPS address is not a United States Postal Office address, because bureaus interpret that address, or get you an address at City Hall, because bureaus interpret those addresses as residential or business.
No, they don't. They
plus.
Look, let him fool you if you want to. If you get a box at the UPS or the USPS, when it show up, it's gonna be a PO box.
Those are 75 or more points. What is LexisNexis? I want you guys to understand what black power means in economics. Black power. Because black is a beautiful thing when it comes to business. Companies want to get out the red. They want to go back into the black. That's what Black Friday is about. It's not about racism. Black Friday is about the most beautiful things where going back into black. The beauty of black. Out of all terminologies they use, black
so you
is
saying that
when
Black
it comes to
Friday
business.
is a good thing, but last Friday you was sitting at somebody's kitchen table after you missed Thanksgiving dinner fussing about Black Friday, talking about people spend all their money. Which one is it, Eugene?
But beautiful. Black is beautiful. Out of all words they chose to use, black is beautiful when it comes to business. Every business around this time of year is doing their best to get out of the red to go into the black.
Right,
but
Melissa.
you will still be subject to much hardship and duress if you don't understand the entities that are working against you. Say, for instance, you have social media. You got a social media score. So I always tell my people, get a corny phone, one of those Obama phones. Get those Obama phones.
You know what? You know what? You know where that Obama phone is registered at? To your address, my nigga. To your real address that the government knows. Get you an Obama phone and get them folk a fake address, and when they think you live up in the hills with the rich folk, they go cut your Medicaid, your food stamps, your housing assistance, all that shit. He finna get people fucked up.
Different associated phone number. Okay? And if you want to go recklessly on social media and look at things that you cannot benefit from, do it over there. Because there's a social media score that consumer data aggregates use, and they allocate that data to other bureaus and institutions to consider the predictability of you as a consumer as it relates to the choices and decisions you make. How you consume your hours. There's data being collected so they can understand what it means in terms of that. So people that tend to surf the internet categorically for certain things, maybe sneakers,
I believe 10 to life, Melissa.
fights, ridiculous jokes. What is the likelihood of people in that category that watch certain Instagram platforms and TikTok platforms, if we could categorize them what score would we give them in terms of these group of people have a tendency paying their bills and these group of people have a tendency not to pay their bills? You have a social media score you don't even know about. Your banking institution has scores that you don't know about. Most people think scores stop at TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, and FICO, but that's a lie. Let's say you get breast surgery and they give you a muscle relaxer such as a Percocet. And Percocets are the most commonly
You already
abused
know,
drug.
Chillin', you already know.
You have a drug score
He be
or a
selling them, not
pharmaceutical
buying
score.
food, though.
And what happens is, what is the likelihood of people that use, or what is the statistic on people that use drugs that are most commonly abused in retrospect to the debts that they accumulate? Well, people that tend to get addicted to drugs or are addicted to drugs tend to misappropriate their funds. Therefore, they fail to prioritize in paying their credit cards back or paying back their loan monies. So therefore, the second you take a Percocet because you just got your breast done, your pharmaceutical score gets lower, and then
no. As soon as you get a prescription to Percocet, they send out a thing to the pharmacies that tell them that you already have a prescription to Percocet, which is a scheduled drug, meaning you can't get another prescription till that one's gone.
therefore it is interpreted that you are a risk. But they'll take that in addition to the social media score and the things you tend to look up all the time, which probably made you get your breast done in the first place. And they take these scores, consumer data aggregates, they look it up, and then these scores are being used against you, and then you say, hey, my credit's over 750. Why are they not giving me credit cards that go over $100,000? Why can't I get a black card? How come I can't get a $200,000 loan? How come I can't get a $300,000 loan? And unbeknownst to you, what you doing on social media, unbeknownst to you, because you keep buying clothes and returning them thinking you slick because you're a serial return artist. So if you're a serial return artist, if you're known for just returning clothes, you buy them, you know, because you got rewards at Guess or whatever store you go to. The data is being accumulated because who doesn't want rewards? So everybody signs up. Yeah, I would like rewards whenever I shop at the store. Give me the rewards. You don't know that data is being collected about you and everyone else is part of these reward systems. And then what is the likelihood of a person who has a tendency to constantly return their clothes in association with paying their debts back? Well, we see that 6 to 7 out of every 10 people that return clothes have a problem with their debts. And now you have another score going down. And all this data is being collected so they can grasp the predictability of you as a consumer. Now I was talking to you about LexisNexis, a check system, checks, CHEX, check systems. They look at accounts that's been closed, for example.
Probably
you might have
not
had a closed
chilling.
bank account because you couldn't keep it open long enough.
I think the last time he went is when them folk told him he might have diabetes.
Went into overdraft fee. Instead of paying overdraft, I'm gonna just set a new bank account over here. I'm gonna just let this shit go to hell. It's been an overdraft so long it closed. Some credit cards done collapsed. Couldn't pay it back. You just now getting your head above water again. Check systems can send correspondences about your closed accounts in the past. You have the right to not have that data disclosed so it doesn't work against you, but you have to know you have this right. Then you have to know how to develop or formulate what's called a compendium or a memorandum or affidavit of fact or whichever one suffices. And then you have LexisNexis, L-E-X-I-S, Nexus, N-E-X-I-S.
We can spell. It's you that's questionable.
Is talk about what you've been doing account-wise, intangibles, general intangibles, doesn't matter. Anything you've ever been doing business-wise with anyone or anything, how businesses receive you, how banking institutions receive you, how your own peers receive you if it's on paper. And they send this data over. So everyone can formulate a preconceived notion about who and what you are so they can deny you under such pretense. You have to be able to communicate with LexisNexis and say, hold on, son, I don't want this data being used about my bank account history.
Well, guess what? You don't have a choice.
I don't want someone to know that I'm living check to check, and that's going to stop me from getting opportunities because, sure, I may make $5,000 in a month, but I have to use over $4,000 for bills. And so now that I know that this person is using over 90% of the money that comes into their account, I can't entrust you with an opportunity that you actually can use to empower yourself. You can use an opportunity to empower yourself.
Shadow.
Well, because the data is working against you, you won't get the opportunity to empower yourself. And so what they're doing to us is retarded. They're slowing down our progression. And now
what you doing to quote unquote us is retarded because you steal it from your own people. Chilling, I don't know neither.
Be retarded for you not to take the necessary steps to progress by either joining my program or taking heed to what information I give you for free.
Guess what? Guess what? Shit, I've been listening to him so long I forgot what the fuck I was finna say.
And figuring it out. Because I just gave a load of free information just like
so
this.
You see, my brother.
You can go at pinned right there at the top. brotherpipe45@gmail.com. brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Spend $2,000. I'll be your mentor for 90 business days. I will have all your accounts back up and running. You'll have credit cards that give you over $50,000 limits. By the time we combine all of your credit cards, you should have at least $500,000 or more worth in credit. You'll have a caseworker that'll deal with your credit exclusively.
You ain't got no caseworker. LaJuan been gone for years.
Not just TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, and FICO, because that means nothing in comparison to what they do today. Because your banks have scores, social media has scores, there's traffic scores, there's pharmaceutical scores. We have over 30 different bureaus that we have to investigate. What are they saying about you that's stopping you from getting access to anywhere between 50 grand to 300 grand that you do not have to pay back? So separate from the credit cards that I'm gonna get you access to, that's gonna accumulate to about $500,000 worth of credit in credit cards. Then I'm also going to get you access to anywhere between 50 grand to $300,000 inside of 60 to 90 business days that you don't have to pay back. And you'll also get a website where you can track your results, see if your money is pending, processing, funding cleared. You can see the deleted items that we removed from your report. You see the positive items we add to your report. When it suffices to add positive items, and trust me, no matter how good your score is, you got to add positive items. And you'll also see what? You'll also be able to see your scores as it's on the rise. You go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. You leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to spend the $2,000 to get access to all this opportunity in the form of credit. People say, man,
walking around looking ashy, wearing medium t-shirts and looking hungry. Talking about making somebody some damn money.
Which is to respond to a question with a question. When someone asks you a question, sometimes the best thing you can do is ask a question in regards to it, but there's a science to it. Sometimes people do that to avoid questions. In this particular case, I demur. And I would simply say, so what are you using your credit cards for if you're not using it to invest? That question gives you a lot of answers. Sometimes a question can teach you a lot. If you don't want to use your credit cards to invest, then what are you using your credit cards for? Because one thing we do know about credit cards, it gives you access to money that you don't have available. If
you know what you can do with a credit card to boost your credit? Pay your bills with the credit card and then use your bill money to pay the credit card on time. That way you have consistent on-time payments every month, dummy. Not going out and investing with a freaking credit card. You don't invest with a credit card because guess what? You don't always profit from investments. Sometimes you lose. Losing money you ain't got. That puts you even further into debt. What kind of shit is you teaching people?
Have access to money that you don't have available. I like to consider that some kind of
third
loan.
Chilling the third.
Or opportunity. Words are GPS reality. So if you understand how to properly contextualize what's transpiring, you understand how to advance. So if you're not using your credit card to invest, are you using your credit card when you don't have the money to bail you out of situations? Because if that's the case, that type of behavior will eventually catch up with you where you never get to pay back the credit card. And then the
Like
behavior
getting
goes like
titties.
another
How
opportunity.
you wear a medium t-shirt and got titties, nigga?
No one ever tells us, use your credit card to invest in low
You know why nobody ever tells folk that shit? Because it's dumb.
risk opportunities.
I think that's true. Chilling.
Instead of sitting there for that day where you're overwhelmed and shit, I'm gonna just use this credit card to knock out these bills that I'm behind. Knowing you don't have no access to any kind of money, but you convince yourself, I will come up with the money to pay it. And then eventually, well, shit, I'm not gonna get locked up for this. I'm not paying it. That's how they do us. Because remember, when you box, you get a trainer. When you play basketball, you get a coach. When it comes to money, you guess. From pre-K to 12th grade, you went through 14 years of going to school.
No. Oh, you know somebody gonna put on one of my videos talking about, well, if he ain't telling us how to build our credit, how we build our credit. And I answered them back and they ain't said shit since.
14 years from pre-K to 12th grade. And in those 14 years of going to school.
You know what happened if you pay your light bill with your credit card and then don't pay your credit card? Your light bill still be on, so maybe you got another month to come up with the money. But if you invest thousands of dollars in that investment tanks, where you gonna get that from? It's easy to come up with 200 and 2,000.
They never once taught you about credit. They didn't teach you about credit card redlining. They didn't teach you about Nexus, spelled
Because
with
there
I's.
isn't credit card redlining. There's real estate redlining, though. You really think they stopped black people from borrowing money? That was one of the biggest hustles back in the day. Overcharge somebody for a piece of land and then call into debt after they done paid for 15 years and got 5 payments left. Kind of bullshit is you talking, dude?
They didn't teach you about checks, systems spelled with an X. Why they don't even spell these damn things right? The way you were taught. See,
Because it's a business name, dumbass. That's why.
they don't come across it. They don't tell you about consumer data aggregators or CDAs. They don't tell you about this aggregation. They don't tell you about LexisNexis. They don't tell you about checks, systems. They don't tell you that there's more to credit than just TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, and FICO scores. They don't tell you there's over 30 different credit institutions and financial institutions that work to consider your predictability as a consumer. They don't tell you what black power is, because we chant it quite often, some of us chant it. Well, we talking about equal.
When people holler black power, when they chanting black power, they ain't talking about investments, credit, business, nothing like that.
Economic power, when we talk about black power is economic power. Economic power is black power. And I'm not saying this with a racial overtone. I'm saying that any businessman and any businesswoman wants to be in the black. They don't want to be in the red, where there's deficits, where there's debt. So the next time someone talks to you about Black Friday, understand they may be emotional because of the racial connotation, but in actuality, that is a misnomer because of our poor miseducation. We don't just got a regular miseducation. It's even worse than the regular miseducation. It's poor. Okay? We're poorly educated. And even poorly miseducated. Some people are miseducated and it doesn't impact them as much. Other people are poorly miseducated. It destroys them. It makes them suffer from retardation.
Like you.
Retardation being, according to the dictionary reference, what? Slowing down the progress of something.
Once
And the goal has
again,
always been
there's more than one
to
definition
make
to
our
one
community
word.
suffer from retardation. Primarily because we don't understand the words that we use.
You don't.
And words are our GPS to reality. And if you're not
We got a GPS
indulging
on
in
life, y'all.
manifestation, then you're dealing with man-infestation because you're not being productive. You're not producing. And so every business working model is to stay in the black, to be black, to be in the black by whatever means you want to use. And so some of the positive items we may add to the report may be a new company. We might create a company for you. And you treat your company like a child so you can make money. All you need to have several companies. It's not that difficult. But when I mentor you, I make sure you get several companies so you can get several loan monies from each company, because a company, look it up. Another word for company is corporation. Another word for corporation is person. Look it up. Another word for corporation is person.
Lord have mercy.
It's just like you minus the flesh and blood. That's why you can have things like limited liability companies. So if things go to hell, you're not personally attacked. You can dissolve the company and live to create another one. It's just like a person minus the flesh and blood, so you can hold that company accountable.
A person minus the flesh and blood is not a person, is it?
This is why
I need some more Tylenol.
the state of New York City can summons you with a ticket to show up to court, and then you are making an appearance in court. But there's summons in the corporate version of you written in all caps. I don't want to
You
go
mean
over
the
people's
state
names,
of
but
Florida?
that's why it's a summons, because damn near you're asking for a spirit, because you're not even talking to the flesh and blood. You're talking to the transmitted utility link. That's another conversation. I shouldn't even talk about that, because then they summons you, and that's why when you show up to court, you go say, I'm here on special appearance to challenge the court and grounds they lack jurisdiction over organic living cell making violation Article 3 of the Supreme Laws of the land. That's a whole other conversation. And you can even accomplish this even having an attorney at hand. But this is, let me not digress. Let me not digress. I want to talk to you about these holiday seasons. Yes, you go to brotherpolite45@gmail.com.
He coming after y'all Christmas
You
money.
need your full name and your phone number only when you are ready to spend your $2,000 on getting mentorship to invest in yourself and
He
knowledge.
trying to get you to
for the
spend your
future. This is
children's
professional.
hoverboard money on
Because
him.
when you
I don't
get
know what
access
y'all
to
don't
all these
understand
monies,
about
over
that.
$500,000 in credit cards, and I know it sounds like too big a number to you, to believe you have the right to access that, but it's true. When you get access to more than $500,000 worth in credit cards, when you get access to 50 grand to $300,000 in monies you don't have to pay back, and then when you combine all this opportunity, that's what we're gonna call these resources, you'll be in around $1 million, a little less, a little more, inside of these 90 business days. Give or take 120 even, because of the work we'll do. You'll have something though in that space as we're growing these monies for you. You want to have the knowledge so you can take that near 1 million or over 1 million to grow it into multiple millions of dollars. It's just sense. Now, I say you can go out there and buy a whole bunch of high estrogen-rich turkeys and
See, there he go again.
multi-cheese
Estrogen-rich
macaronis
turkey.
and, you know, it's a recipe for fry.
But hold on, weren't you mad last year because the food was gone? Man, you spend your $2,000 on Polight on them instead of them children, and see what them children do to you. They're gonna be cussing you out all year, and you ain't never gonna see that money again.
Because when you have an estrogen saturated environment, it breeds fibroids. Too much estrogen. You get that from dairy products, eggs, milk, cheese, turkey, a lot of estrogen. But hey, and then even your waters, you gotta check to see if your waters are BPA free, bisphenol.
Wasn't he sitting at old boy table last year mad because all the Boston market food was gone?
Hey, because that is a synthetic form of estrogen. So estrogen is a hormone, hormones are structured, so estrogen gives your body.
But you know what's more detrimental to black people than turkey? Perms. They cause ovarian cysts and shit.
Correspondences or
Listen.
response.
Yo, my mama said she'd give me a turkey and then forgot that joint. Talking about, I thought you said you didn't want it. When did I say that?
So the instructions pretty much, if you want to effeminize the man, you want to feminize the black man, give him a whole bunch of turkey, give him a whole bunch of cheese, give him a whole bunch of milk, a whole bunch of eggs. And
I got a question. Are black people the only people that eat turkey, cheese, milk, and eggs? Because if that's the case, they feminizing all the men, just not just the black men.
Cross-pollinated marijuana that's not done to a science. You know, you marrying the male plant with the female plant, or two female plants together, or two females in the male. I'm not even gonna go into it.
You don't know how to work, bitch.
I do my best to dispel a lot of truth.
Y'all excuse my voice. My stomach hurt a little bit, and Eugene just making it worse. I don't get it. You know what? Shut up, Tasha. Okay.
Share a lot of information. My focal point is for Black Power, though. I want you guys to make money. I make sure I integrate other information in here about politics, other information here about history, other information here about
Mayweather finna be selling some Tybo-like classes, y'all.
Because we need that information too, but I want you to approach your financial paradigm the way I deliberate. And what that means is I compartmentalize the information.
Compartmentalize, not compartmentalize. You sound like English is not your first language without the accent, dude. You sound like somebody that tried to teach theyself and failed miserably.
And I prioritize the amount of time to each genre.
You say compartmentalize the same way.
And so I feel somebody's supposed to put more time, attention, and energy into our economics. Whilst at the same time, I understand how important we still need to have a knowledge of self, holistic health, politics, family, and so forth and so on. Okay? So people think I'm only talking about economics, and I don't want to hear that. I want to stay for the whole stream. You realize I give you a wealth of information, some info recurring, because it's necessary, because I want you to get it. Instead of taking notes all the time, I just want you to remember it. But yes, you leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready. Leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to spend your $2,000 to get access to all this opportunity to get back into the black and out of the red. Black Power, Black Friday is when you are out of the deficit.
He wants y'all to spend y'all Black Power money on him, or Black Friday money on him.
In economics. Black is beautiful in economics. And my goal, share the video, make sure you share the video. My goal is to produce so many millionaires that they won't be able to stop us.
And you ain't produced one yet.
Like, don't you know, if enough of us got enough insurance, but first of all, we got to know the difference between HMO and PPO. You get you an HMO insurance, and you're going to get a whole bunch of...
You don't even have insurance.
And it's going to have so many limitations and restrictions that when you finally need to use your insurance that you've been paying for all this time, you're going to find out it's so limited to jurisdiction and availability and opportunity that you just been spending money for no reason. Most black people have HMOs. You need to get
right,
PPO. If you've never heard of it before, take heed to the information. Whole life insurance policies. You want insurance policies that you can borrow against. Meaning you want insurance policies you don't necessarily have to die for someone to benefit.
Insurance is supposed to be for people left behind.
They want to come on the streams and they want to hear gossip. They want to hear rumors. Don't come here for that. Because I don't got that for you. I don't got no rumors and I don't got no gossip for you. I'm not into that. And I don't really like talking about other people's situations too much.
Yeah, because you don't like to mention your own.
I show me with my women having fun. oh my gosh, I ain't come here for this. Well, I like to promote healthy heterosexual lifestyles.
That's
And
not
sometimes,
well, it
because
is
of all warfare, I feel I
heterosexual,
have
but
to
it
get a
ain't
little extreme
monogamous.
and show how I like to engage and physically have fun with the opposite
And
sex.
ain't none of them your long-term
too
partners.
honest,
That is called,
right? But
that's not called being heterosexual. That's called being promiscuous. You're a promiscuous little fellow.
I want you to know I like to have fun. I like my people following me to know I like to have similar types of fun that they like to have. I don't never want to be put on such a high pedestal that you look at me and dismay when you see me doing things you like to do with your personal time. So to dispel those types of myths, or so people don't turn me into something that I'm not, from time to time I post extreme, what may appear to be extreme scenarios whereby I like to have fun. So people realize I am you and you are me, and if I could accomplish the things that I'm accomplishing in this life, so can you. So when they judge me, oh man, you're a womanizer. Oh, no, I just like playing with women.
You promiscuous.
Consensually, that
You're
like
a man
women.
whore.
And just because you consider me as a black leader or a leader in the community,
Who
doesn't
consider
change
you
the
a
fact I
leader?
love to play with women. I love to have fun with them physically. I love to have sex. It's true. Let's just address the elephant in the room. I love having sex with women. And I love sexual gangs with women. I'm not as extreme as some women.
You love having sex with gangs of women. Promiscuous.
Because the things that they be asking for, I'm like, damn, are you training to be a serial killer? You want me to be a serial killer? But that's another conversation. Speaking of mouth, someone can get sick. I'm a little OCD. So I may not be that much fun to a lot of people. But nonetheless, I like to have fun like that average brother or sister I like to believe. And so, what I'm saying is, just because it's not your cup of tea doesn't mean that I'm being disrespectful. You gotta consider the two parties that like each other's time, and this is the way they like spending their time, and they may want to share this is the way they spend their time when they're with each other. And it can't be disrespectful if both parties enjoy each other's time.
Yes, it can be disrespectful.
Because it's not your cup of tea doesn't mean that it's something wrong with it. Okay? Because when it comes to other sexual preferences, we always are told to be respectful to what other people's lifestyle is. It's none of your business. But then when it's a man that loves a woman, everybody got to judge that man, how he deal with that woman. And that's crazy.
A woman. Not groups of women. That's the same. Yes, it's the same one, chilling. It's the same one.
Well, we'll move back into the Black Power paradigm. And the point that I was making that got me up to here is, I may do things from time to time just so I can break the spell on people that just because
you
I have achieved a great deal of
champagne
success
on
in
a woman's ass.
Don't separate yourself
and
from
then
it.
slapped her on it and walked out the
yourself.
room. What that has to do with sex, I will never know.
So I do things on purpose. I troll a lot just to show you. I know you want a real nice car out there, one that you don't necessarily need. I know you want to be in nice houses and places like, you know this view right here? This goes all the way around, even into that room. It's huge. I'm always by the major ocean front because being around water is a form of therapy.
Boy, did you take your deposition today? Hold on, we gonna check. Maybe they trying to get them done. The judge did tell them to get it done before the holidays. Before the snow starts flying. 25 chilling, 25 at least. Nope, not yet.
Blessings in abundance.
Oh, shut up.
Take major ocean front because being around water is a form of therapy.
You down in Miami because you getting ready for court. Ain't nobody dumb. You went to Dubai with Mayweather, stopped in LA for a day, and then went right back to Miami. Trying to pretend like you didn't go nowhere, huh? Getting ready. I bet you David had something to say when you came back from Dubai, didn't he?
My therapy. Let me show my people this way. Being around water is a form of therapy. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I like to be around. This is all my balcony. It's one of my condos.
No, it's not.
And don't worry, as I'm here in Miami,
Why you got a t-shirt on over a romper?
I'm always gonna go back into my house that you keep seeing me go to, into my Rolls Royces, the white one.
I don't know who company housing somebody letting you use, but boy, I tell you.
Last time I was in Miami, they pulled that up. And I showed them and I had both of them next to each other. Then they start calling the Polight, the leasing place for the car. You see two cars.
They done came out and told you be leasing some of them cars. Look, ain't nobody gonna take a leased car to a bootleg tire shop to get the tire replaced. And nobody that actually has the money to own a Rolls Royce and maintains it properly is gonna take it there either.
It's a place for sales for the car, man. Like, you guys are crazy. Go to brotherpolite45@gmail.com when you're ready.
A romper and a too small t-shirt. What is this world coming to?
Slow joint, my guy. You heard?
Sound like somebody tea kettle going on. Cut that tea kettle off, bitch.
Let's not play games here. And I just want everybody to experience life on this level. Because it's not that much to ask. And I used to take a lot of road trips, right? So when I was taking road trips, that's just singing, there's so much space. I used to take road trips. Yeah, what's the barrel? I used to take road trips, and when I saw how much land mass existed, that's a barrel right there. You know?
You didn't know how much land mass existed before you took a road trip?
Come on, this is the view. I used to say, man, there's way too much land mass for people to be homeless. Way too much land mass for people to be homeless, right?
Yeah, Melissa, you're right.
This is what you pay for. This brings me peace. This brings me peace and serenity. I just came from Dubai. Y'all know that.
Melissa, the only thing I got to say to that is stop being nasty.
Get that. That shit sound like some tea or some coffee being made or something. But I just came back from Dubai. You feel me? And guess what?
Oh, so you left the window open during a windstorm.
I'm going to Turks and Caicos next. I don't want to talk for no goddamn reason. Sometimes people are like, where you going? Why are you doing these things? Because I can. You know? Stopped in Dubai. You know, I got a restaurant in Dubai.
No, you don't. You went over there with
I got
Mayweather.
business in Ghana. I got a restaurant in Dubai. I also was out there for my brother Floyd Mayweather. He had an exhibition fight. You know, he won his fight. Over $30 million for a few minutes, less than 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a beautiful thing, man. We talk, we build.
You love to brag about other people's accomplishments and lie about yours. It was an exhibition fight. Not a fight for a world championship or nothing like that. An exhibition fight. He hustling money. So?
We enjoy each other's company. He do what he do, I do what I do. Until we meet each other again on another side of the country. Another side of the world. You feel me? But I want this for you guys. you guys should have the freedom to move anywhere you choose to when you feel like it. That's why I want to get you guys out of the 2/3. Because to go to work 9 to 5 is about 8 hours. Going to work about an hour, coming back from work about an hour, so that's 10 hours. Going to sleep is.
How many people can you pull up to the 1/3 before it is no longer the 1/3?
Suggested we sleep 8 hours, 1/3
It
of our
would
life.
become the
Most of us sleep around
2/3.
6. So that's 16 hours between going to work, coming back to work, and working. Going to sleep, 16 hours out of 24. You only have 1/3 of your existence left.
How you know you don't work at
And
all?
that
You
1/3
still.
that you have left, you gotta cook, clean. Maybe you don't do those. Gotta cut them out. Don't got the time. Pray, meditate, study, read, socialize, shower, run errands. You gotta do all that in 8 hours. You can't consolidate all that. So what you're gonna do is skip out probably on cooking or cleaning.
It's only 8 hours in a day now.
Or not really cooking a really good meal. Or you might take out your reading, studying, praying, or traveling. The point of the matter is 8 hours is not enough. And then you guys are attempting to do over 40 hours. And in some of you guys' jobs, why you ain't telling me you was going to...
That's a week, dummy. People work 20 hours a week, but they can't work 40.
40 because they don't want to pay you time to have. Like, it's insane. And then
You can tell he ain't never had no real job.
We're subject to food inflation, which means you're getting less quantity for a higher value. So instead of 12-pack, the 12-pack of cheese, you're probably getting an 8-pack. But the 8-pack costs more than the 12-pack because they're charging you more money for less because food inflation. So even when they give
Read
you
the whole
a raise,
article next
the
time,
raise
Eugene,
doesn't
not just
correspond
part.
with the price of living. It's all an illusion. Your children are born into it, and they're more content because they don't understand what things used to be prior. Like I come from a generation where I used to see quarter waters, 25-cent bag of chips. So when I see the chips now, and there's no 25-cent bags left, I understand something just to.
It was $4 for $1 for the little bags and 50 cents for the grab bags, because that's what they used to call them, grab bags.
Place. Our children born into the 59-cent bags or whatever it is now, they don't know no better. It's normalized to them. So that's food inflation. Point of the case is, we're gonna have a hard time surviving because things are getting worse. Companies are monopolizing. They're making so much money, and it's so little diversity. They don't have to yield to the people's woes. They don't have to yield to people's complaints. And this is why I'm telling you to arm yourself with this information. This is why we gotta stop LexisNexis. Stop check systems. I'm not talking about a protest that one day it works. I'm talking simple correspondences so they can stop.
LexisNexis don't receive mail from regular population, though, do they? And you know what? Just can't.
Impeding on your ability to progress, thus rendering them retarded because they're slowing down our progress. And then there's a domino effect, and then we start suffering from the same retardation out of humility, because humble means to have a lower estimation.
Humble doesn't mean the R word, though. Those are two different things. Humble and retardation don't even go together. Boy, stop.
You know,
How many times we done seen these lights?
one's wealth. I mean, a lower estimation. Humble means to have a lower estimation of one's importance. But you see, I put all of this back. It's like in comedy, there's a joke in the beginning, and later on, the joke comes right back.
Why you always lying?
That's how I do with knowledge.
Why you always lying? Oh my gosh. Stop
That's how we
fucking
deal with knowledge.
lying. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when you join me, again, it's Brother Polight. Brother POLIGHT45 @gmail.com. Brother.
I got a word for you to spell remedial. R-E. You can't even spell listening to this nigga. And I can see the word in my head. R-E-M. Remedial. What you breathing hard for? You tired of them too, ain't you, Crystal?
Blessings in abundance.
No.
Today's trip to join me. Again, it's Brother POLIGHT. Brother POLIGHT45 @gmail.com. Brother Polight45 @gmail.com.
REMEDIAL. I
And
ain't
your
even.
phone number when you are ready to purchase.
Don't help him.
Only leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to purchase.
Shit, I've been listening to him so long. I got fucking
okay, I'm gonna
stuff.
send the money right now when I hang up. And then never pick up for the rest of your life again, like somebody's chasing you down. You don't want to reach out to us. Don't do that, because it's making my people don't want to deal with nobody. And it's very
It
annoying.
ain't nobody but you and
It's
Omelette.
very annoying. Don't try to steal free consultations. You're going to get nothing but consulting.
But you told people don't call unless they got the $2,000 on deck. So how they gonna get a free consultation if they gotta pay before they talk to you?
After the first
My head hurt.
couple of weeks, when we audit your credit and do the research and your credit
They
history,
gonna audit
see
it,
who's
y'all.
talking about you, that's a process in itself. Then we can assign you a caseworker. Then we get you logged onto that site, you can track your results. And then another week after that, once we have our full evaluation and our first set of prompts and notices coming back or responses come back, then I'm gonna be in full mentor mode because I'm gonna understand what's going on with you in entirety. So I won't be giving you goals that are not associated with you, the person. Oftentimes people just want me to tell them a bunch of intelligent things that work for people that
But everything you say sounds stupid.
I don't want to do that. I can milk the clock. I want to tell you things that are just right for you based on your city, your state, what you make per annual, your debt to annual income ratio, because that's what credit card companies do. Why should I give you a $100,000 credit card if you only make $50,000 a year? That doesn't make sense. We don't care if you got a good credit score. We're not doing that. So how do you work around it? Well, if you have the right business infrastructure that shows the potentiality of your business, you can now be approved of a larger loan than that of what you make per year. And that's called adding positive items to your report. So even if you only make $50,000 a year or under, even if you only make $60,000, $70,000 a year, I can still get you $500,000 in credit or $400,000 in credit, despite the fact your debt to income ratio is contorted or non-satisfying. But these are the, you gotta know, it's not only about the answers, you gotta know the questions that's being asked about you, so you can progress. Now, I be in my bag. You know I'm in my Rolls Royce diaries. Well, how about that white? Jump back in my purple. Because purple's my favorite.
He can't even get the words out.
I like to do as much as things.
DJ!
I like to self-hypnotize. I'm in a form of self-hypnosis. People online are always attempting to tell me who I'm not and what I ain't. You're a false prophet. I never said I wanted to be a prophet. I don't even believe in that shit. But anyway, someone's, you're a false prophet. Look how you touch that woman. You're a false prophet. I'm like, so how do prophets touch women? Like, I don't even care to be none of that. You're trying to be like a rapper. No, rappers are emulating my ancestors. If anybody I'm looking to emulate, I'm not looking to emulate the likes of a rapper. I'm looking to emulate the likes of my ancestors. So skip me with your lack of history. Bullshit. I'm not looking to be like a rapper. I'm looking to be like my ancestors. Because they died with more jewelry than you see rappers dying because they got on. Rappers dying for a check.
So you trying to say you was Egyptian or Asian? Because them the only ones I know that buried all their stuff with them.
My ancestors died with chains on. I'm looking to be like them. Not like these guys. So get it right. I'm not looking to be like no rapper because you see me dressed a certain way and see me with my voluptuous women and see me count my money. This is the spirit of the ancestors.
Ain't nobody jealous of you.
Before there was a rapper, it was them. I know who my ancestors are. So let's get it right. That's why I'm successful. Because things are in perspective. That's why there are attacks on me, because people grow in insecurity, because whatever they lacking in themselves is what they endeavor to attack when they see someone else bring it to the surface, because it's a constant reminder of their shortcomings. And that's why I say it's either infatuation or in fact you hating. Words are a GPS to reality. Can't stress it enough. If you took nothing from this cast or the stream, take this. Words are our GPS to reality. And when you properly contextualize what's transpiring, it will have an impact on your life and your experience that'll be so transcendental that you will be saying to yourself, I wish I knew this information a lot more sooner.
A lot more sooner.
Because
he was trying to rap last week, chilling. What you talking about?
This is work a lot more better without it.
A lot more better, y'all.
I'm gonna try making this money. I am making this money. No more suggestions that infer doubt into your own psyche. No more. No more talking about ourselves in a way where we're vulnerable to the power of doubt. One of us got you believing that someone got swallowed by a whole whale. A whole nigga got swallowed by a whale. Book of Jonah.
Do you know how big a whale is? No, he ain't rapping in New Orleans no more, chilling. Do you know how big a whale is? You ain't as big as a whale flipper, and you think it's not within the realm of possibility that somebody got swallowed by one. Okay.
I'm not even going to debate if that's true. I shouldn't even have to. Today, that shit happening today. These are things that only happen when you was never alive. Fine. The only people that attest to it are people who weren't alive and living people that are flattered. Fine. What I am saying is this. If motherfuckers can believe a whale, and you know whales can only swallow as much as an orange. That's science.
Killer whales eat great white sharks, and they bite off big old chunks of them. You must be talking about them whales that only eat them little bitty fish, them krill. You must be talking about them whales that ain't got no teeth. It's a lot of different whales out here. A killer whale isn't a whale, it's a mammal, but besides them, it's a whole bunch of whales. Hold on. What is the biggest whale in the world? Whale species guy. Let's see, let's go back. The blue whale is the largest whale, and that's the one I believe that eats krill. But besides this whale that's bigger than a cargo ship, the blue whales are about the length of 3 school buses. Their heart alone is the size of a small car. And they weigh on average to 200,000 to 300 pounds. And you think they couldn't swallow Yola ass? 100 feet long.
Blessings in abundance.
Now that's the biggest whale. The other ones ain't far behind.
A whale. You know, whales used to have hips. They used to walk around. They have hips. It's science too. But anyway.
Whales had hips, y'all.
I always want to believe a whole nigga can get swallowed by a whale. you can come out of poverty. I ain't asking you to believe.
You know what? I'll believe a small whale. A man came out. A whale ate a man before I believe that you can fix anybody's fucking credit. How about that?
You know, fucking whale swallow you. I'm talking to you about you getting out of poverty. I'm talking about you having generational wealth by way of wealth stewardship. That's what I'm talking to you about. I'm not telling you someone part of the Red Sea, multiplied loaves of bread, black people still.
I believe all that before I believe you can fix somebody's credit.
I'm telling you some realistic stuff. And you got the right to keep believing those things. But why not believe me? I'll give you.
We know you don't believe in God, Eugene. You shot up the Bible years ago.
Ancient terms and dates, Nexus check systems, they're dry stitching on you all the time, stopping you from getting loans that you should be approved of, that you don't have to pay back.
By definition, you pay loans back. The only time you don't is when the loan gets forgiven.
Checks spelled with an X, Lexus, Nexus spelled with I's, Lexis. Nexus, Nexis. I just keep spelling it over and over because different people come in the stream at different times, and I want to make sure that people are able to look up that information.
You know, we got talks to text these days, intuitive texting and all that shit.
Being used against you by sending simple correspondence.
The same nigga that was praying the money chilling.
Can you stop? My bad, dog. Simple. These are things that we do for you too. But I'm giving you this information for free. You can let them know, fam. That's something I don't need it. LexisNexis. Stop reporting that my account goes into overdraft periodically. I don't need people to know that. Okay, my bad, dog. Thought you might have wanted to use that.
But the only people that know that is the people that lend money, and they want to know that to know if you're a good risk or not to lend money. Instead of telling people to flim-flam the system, why don't you tell them to live within their means and better themselves instead of woo.
Of course not, I don't. These are the things stopping you from getting opportunities. And remember, retardation, when you look up the word retardation, it means to slow down the progress of something. So anyone going out their way to slow down the progress of another group of people, they're the ones that's actually suffering from retardation.
No.
So there's a whole race of people guilty.
When you use retardation in that context, it means that they're doing something to slow down the progress of the other people. Just because you know the word don't mean you know how to apply it or that you know the different definitions or anything like that.
A retardation because they're constantly slowing down the progress of other races. We don't even mention no names because that's when people get in their feelings. Let's just leave it to our imagination. You go to brotherlife45@gmail.com. I don't need to be humble. Because humble means to have a low estimation of one's worth. And I cannot be powerful. I cannot be potent. I cannot be effective unless I have a high estimation of who and what I am. So
you know what? You being non-humble, you being cocky, you being the person that you are is the reason that you got caught on February the 8th. While you telling people they don't need to be humble. Well, maybe if you had a little humble in your system, you wouldn't have did what you did, you nasty bastard. Let's continue.
Humility is not for me. And in this particular scenario, humility is not for you. And it's all about black power. Because when businesses are in their glory, they are in the black. Hence the term Black Friday. Because they want to achieve being black. They want to achieve.
Why don't you put your phone on Do Not Disturb when you go live? You don't know that simple thing, but you gonna fix somebody's credit now.
Shout out to my brother Daylight, man. Word. Another brilliant man.
Right, Chilly.
What you might have to do from time to time to stay off the radar, or to be on it for that matter. But yes, hit me at brother POLIGHT45 @gmail.com when you are ready to spend your $2,000 to get access to anywhere between 50 grand and 300 grand that you do not have to pay back. Get you a caseworker that deals with your credit exclusively and immediately.
You know what? If somebody tell me they're gonna give me access to some money, I don't know if I want it or not. But access is a totally different thing.
Is your mentor the most important? So I can coach you and have you prepared for the funds coming in so you can grow it into a large amount. So you get access to credit cards that accumulate to in or around $500,000. I know it sounds sick, but if you get 2 or 3 unlimited cards, there goes the money. And then allow me to teach you credit card investing, because if someone says, oh, he's talking to you about using your credit cards to invest, because credit cards give you money you don't have access to. So normally when someone gives you a lot of money that you don't know.
But that interest rate is high. Let's see if it even come up with anything. Credit card investing. Can I invest money from a credit card? Buying stocks with your credit card is a risky business. And there are safer ways to do this, which don't involve directly buying stocks. Using a credit card to buy stocks generally isn't a good idea. Investing in stocks requires taking on the risk of losing money. By buying stock with a credit card, you could end up with a high interest credit card balance and lose your investment. Ow!
Blessings in abundance.
I ain't even gonna say shit else. Let the internet talk for
I
me.
know it sounds sick, but if you get 2 or 3 unlimited cards, there goes the money. And then allow me to teach you credit card investing, because if someone says, oh, he's talking to you about using your credit cards to invest, because credit cards give you money you don't have access to. So normally when someone gives you a lot of money that you don't normally have access to, what are you supposed to do? Most times a person gives you a lot of money that you don't have access to, and there's interest on it. It's because it's some loan, because the idea is you're probably going to put the money into something that's going to grow, and you'll have the means to pay it back in due time.
In due time, but credit card bills due every month. You're going to put an investment in and get some money back in due time. But before that investment returns, that credit card bill going to be due.
So crazy when I talk about credit card investing. And so when people ask me, you're using credit cards to invest, and then I say,
somebody
you're
outside,
using credit cards to pay for things you can't afford.
Who house you at? Because we know it ain't yours.
But they don't teach us these things, because from
you at the condo, so who you got standing out on their own balcony while you do
from
this
pre-K
bullshit?
to 12th grade is 14 years of going to school,
right,
and
Melissa,
never learning about food, clothing, and shelter, and then getting a diploma and not being effective as a
school ain't about food, clothing, and shelter. School is about reading, writing, and arithmetic. The 3 R's, as they used to call them, even though one started with an A. In any line of work,
hence you're acting in your minority, not your majority. You need a third-party arbitrary means, a liaison, unofficially.
Eugene, you could have been a good used car salesman, but instead you decided to come out here and steal from your own people.
To facilitate on your behalf, because you don't have the means to do so yourself. Because in law, a minority doesn't deal with the percentage of the same. It deals with the inability for one to function in an adult state of mind, and therefore they have to acquiesce to a third party's intervention and facilitation. When you're acting in your majority, you don't need a third party to help you. When you're acting in your minority, you need them to help you get married.
See, look, there you go again.
He
got somebody pacing back and forth on their own damn balcony.
And you also need what?
Because ain't shit else to do out there.
Even die. Families are literally breaking up.
Look at him, just
because
walking
they
back
can't
and
afford to
forth.
bury their own.
He got tired of standing in
And
the
you need
corner.
third parties to help them bring their family into this world and get their family out of this world. And also come together to create a family in marriage. And that's why all these certificates, marriage certificate, birth certificate, and death certificate, has CUSIPs, Committee on Uniform Security's identification procedures on it. And in security, we know it's a paper certificate that attests to ownership and equity as in case of stock or ownership of bonds in case of debt obligation which has tradable derivatives. Sounds like a medicine commercial, but all it means is someone's making money.
He to be fired in less
This
than a
is
week.
business that you calling life.
Second
Except
day,
for
you don't need to come
everybody's
in.
running
Don't
numbers
even worry
up.
about it.
You're the one just in the rat race, attempting to just pay your bills and attempting to keep your head above water. It's not fair, it's not right, but you yourself are suffering from retardation. If you can be a witness to this information,
Hey,
you don't
Tomas.
do or take the necessary
February the
steps to
2nd, trial
progress.
start.
Again, you leave your full name and your phone number whenever you're ready, or at the very least, take the free information I've given you and add it on to all the other free information I've been giving you, and take the necessary steps forward to progress. Because you can verify anything that I'm saying because it's an absolute fact. I'm not asking you to believe that someone died and came back for you.
Still walking back and forth.
From police brutality.
Back and forth.
I'm not asking
Back
you
and
to believe
forth.
that a whole man got swallowed by a whale. I'm not asking you.
I'll believe that before I believe polite conviction. Anybody
crazy?
crazy?
Sub-Saharan slave trade for over 1,100 years under Arab imperialism, only to be at the bequest and subjugated by that of the white man for another 400 plus years.
Subjugated by the white man, y'all. Ain't they dying out though? Ain't that what you said a couple of years ago?
That loves us, that empowered them. I'm not asking you for none of that. You got the right to believe in any of these things as you cut your turkey and celebrate your Christmas. I'm not asking for none of these things.
No, he just
I'm asking
asking for
believe
your
none of
money
these
instead of you going to buy a
I'm
turkey.
imploring that you, as responsible adults, act in your minority. No, pardon me. Act in your majority. Stop acting as minorities. Stop with the humbleness. Stop with retardation.
You get a lot further being
And
humble than being cocky.
indulge in black power. That is to say, get out the deficits and establish wealth beyond this generation.
What are
Wealth
you doing?
stewardship. This is my talk for you guys today. And maybe another day I'll talk about the transmitting utility lien. Maybe I'll talk about the active state.
Look,
I'm
prices
not
are
slow.
already
I'm really
high.
not.
Now
I
he
really
wants
know
you to
about a
spend
lot of
your
stuff.
Thanksgiving and Christmas
Just
money
take my
on
time.
him.
And hopefully
Don't
people
do
keep saying
it. Don't do it. Your
information.
children gonna be mad as hell because you ain't getting your money back.
Polight45@gmail.com. Leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready. This nigga snag, see you dancing in the background.
Yo, crazy. Dude, that way is crazy.
It be feeling good though.
He been working out there for about an hour.
Feel good though, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it felt fire, man.
I ain't gonna hold you, feel good.
Right, chilling.
Still got knowledge, huh?
You already know.
He don't even sound like he really believes you.
You know, and that's why my man's can travel with a brother. I make sure everybody around me great. Make sure everyone is having a good time. And this is the way we supposed to
But they ain't traveling with
Thrive.
you. You staying in his
we
place,
supposed to thrive
ain't
like the
you?
royalty that we are. Word.
Spend that 2,000.
You're ready. He lit like my man Snag
He
here.
look like me, that 2,000.
See, that's
my last
Snag
2,000 changed my life,
See?
you heard?
Hey, not working no more.
That's that
I ain't
same
worked
dude.
since
How long was that?
9 months.
Damn.
I ain't caught this since.
Hey, yo, dude, little dude, I hope you don't end up like Crypto Roots because he was the last Captain Yes Man in Polite videos.
9 months, you heard?
How that feel? Doing what you want to do. Travel when you want to travel.
Last paycheck,
That ain't your
I
place,
didn't even pay my
nor
rent that
is
month.
that his place.
Real shit.
no cap. I didn't pay my rent that
Yo,
month.
Paul,
You
you my
gonna get
man.
50.
I hope you don't ever run a fade over this.
Cause you know it can get easy.
Wow, you know my baby moms, she conceiving. I'm like, nigga, I don't want to hear it. People always
That
do
is
this.
not
You out
his
there investigating
place.
yourself or not. People, all sorts of thoughts be coming
That's
in.
that
these hands
same
before they
place
make
he
their
go
ass
to
pay.
every
They
time he
start
go to
telling you
Miami.
everything
Look
that's
at
going
them
on the line. I'm like,
And
fam.
I was
It's
like,
two
yo,
places
this
he
spot,
go to
I ain't
Miami,
even pay
and
my
that's
rent.
one of them.
That 2,000 changed my life. You feel me?
When he ain't at the hotel.
Sometimes it's
And
Oh,
now,
so that's why you didn't pay your rent, because you gave him them 2,000.
That's what I'm saying. We don't gamble.
Don't neither one of them live there chilling.
We don't gamble.
Yeah, it's not a gambling, but
Yeah, I'm not
even
into
like
gambling.
you guys might think it's a gamble because like 2,000, like that 2,000 not a lot. That 2,000 is putting you in position for millions of hundreds of millions.
$2,000 is rent, lights, car note, insurance, right there, at least. So you gonna spend all your month bills on this nigga who always in somebody else's house, in the passenger seat of a car, or on the side of the road somewhere at a restaurant. Leviathan Kane, peace and welcome. You gonna give this man your bill money for the month. Don't he, Tomas? You gonna give your bill money for the month to this nigga. And the nigga wearing some Gold City gym pants. Okay.
Millions of dollars if you do right.
Keep growing the money.
Yeah.
Keep growing.
You have a business plan.
Don't spend that shit too prematurely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you start seeing numbers you never saw before.
Hey, yo, Snag, how many Ubers you done got for Eugene? How much liquor and junk food you done bought for Eugene? How many places did you have to ride with you? That's why you with him, ain't you? Ain't it? You his driver. Shame, shame, shame.
Cause I am front. I needed a brown
You
bag.
better get some sense about
When I start
yourself.
seeing them
Go
numbers,
pay your rent.
like, you know, you all come up on money and you think it's gonna last, and then next month you back in the same bullshit. And you're like, yo, next time I come up with some money again, that ain't gonna happen, and you come up with some money again, and for some reason, it just, you buy this, that, and the third, you feel you can handle it, and then bills come in miscellaneously, and next thing you know, maybe it lasts 2-3 months stretch.
Yeah.
And then it disappears again. Lawsuit money, all of that.
And don't get your money and try to be like this man here.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do
That's gonna get you caught.
Don't do that. Don't try.
Don't get your money and do like him. What an endorsement.
Try to be Versace, waking up in Versace robes. Don't do that, because it's not going to work.
Take
right.
your time.
You got to take your time. It's levels.
And I'll tell you this. You could be like me in the sense that, but I want you to be better. When everyone was clubbing and partying, I was studying.
No, you wouldn't.
So I gave up a lot of my childhood to research.
No, you
I
wouldn't.
sacrificed a lot of my...
You was out there selling pamphlets for your, okay, Tequila? Probably Tomas, when he was cavity.
lessons to research.
Ain't it though,
so
chillin'?
when they was in the club, I was taking shots of water.
When they was in the
I was
club,
thinking-
you was in the subway selling buttons and shit.
All sorts of exams and tests just to see where I was at. Even though I wasn't looking to get a conventional diploma, I was always taking classes that I could take online, Harvard.
You dropped out of school. Hey, Maximum, in the 8th, 9th, 10th grade, depending on what day of the week it is.
Class. I'm over here. People like, my phone here, biology. Why you doing that? I'm like, no, this.
You do what you doing, taking free classes on the internet, because ain't nobody gonna let you in their college because you ain't got so much as a GED.
This is mental calisthenics, and you be shocked because I'm studying all this business. They're like, what? So what I'm saying is, you could be like me in the sense that while everybody's BSing, like right now, we go in the holiday season, while everybody running the numbers up to buy turkeys and stress themselves out for baby showers and for Christmas gifts, and then Valentine's right after the corner, right around the corner.
You know all the holidays for somebody that don't celebrate them. Look, Eugene, it ain't nobody's fault that other than yours, that you spent your formative years peddling York schlock. And then instead of you seeing the light and bettering yourself, you decide, oh, I can peddle schlock better than York. And better than the rest of them fools you was running around with. Then you came into your own as a schlock slinger. And now you want to sit up here and tell everybody else you legit. I don't believe you. I didn't believe you then, and I don't believe you now.
You could be the one to say, this year I'm falling back. and I'm just going to invest in myself. I know I can get a TV for cheaper. I know I can get the Xbox and the PlayStation and my children. But guess what? At the end of the day,
Fingerhood has been around for longer than you've been alive, Eugene. Easy credit payment plans. And guess what? Black Friday ain't the only day stores have shit on sale. Not everybody runs to the store for Black Friday. And once again, how you know so much about these commercial holidays that you don't celebrate?
if you make the sacrifice now, you live wealthy perpetually for the rest of your life. It's just like I tell my daughter, right? I say, baby, you got only 16, 17 years to be a child. You got the rest of your life to be an adult. Value your childhood, because you don't get it back no more. And I work really hard to make sure you can
tried
have
to take somebody else's little girl childhood away from them. Nasty bastard. Hey, Max.
So, just like I tell my daughter, you got, and you don't tell your children.
They didn't kick him out, Maximum. He ran when they caught him fucking it up in the alley.
To be a child, indulge and enjoy it, because the rest of your life you're called an adult. That's how that shit crumbles. You can call shit middle age, you can call it whatever you want. After 17, you are an adult for the rest of your life. If I start to tripping, you on your own.
You
legally.
mean 18?
You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on now. You got the rest of your life to be adult. So us, we're in the adult phase of this situation, right? There ain't nothing you can really do about it. We're in the adult phase. Acting in our minority. Acting as minorities. Acting our majority. Yeah? We're gonna get across that finish line. That's what we talking about. You don't know how I felt when I made my first million. I cried and I was like,
you don't know how it's gonna feel when they give you that prison number.
I could have been killing. But I know I need to still be appreciative of coming into it now. But you can't help but to say, man, I should have buckled down and really locked in. So I'm telling you guys, I know there's a lot of distractions and a lot of things that you probably want to do, and I feel you, but don't worry, your day will come. And when it comes, it'll never stop. Be patient and endure, and you're going to receive your crown. Once that crown get on, you always royal. Once a president is a president, the president is always president. Everybody always addresses that president for the rest of their life. Once you put that crown on, make sure it never get taken off. Take your time, though. Take your time and stack. And you'll know when your day's there, where I don't even come out of my house and even count how much I need to spend or what cost. I just leave, and I just know I'm fully loaded every day. And when things happen, as it happens, he's always with me. He'll tell you.
He's not always with you. He showed up a couple of weeks ago.
We ain't running out of no money no time soon. Facts. You feel me? Hey, let's go to Bahamas. We went to Bahamas yesterday, 20-minute flight from Miami, just to eat lunch. I just did it so I can say it. You ever flew somewhere to another country for 20 minutes to eat lunch? I did. Crazy. And I just came from Dubai. Turks and Caicos, Miami, Dubai, LA. I went to LA for less than 36 hours just to hug my children. And guess what? I'm flying my children into Florida. We're going to meet up here. We're going to turn up. My babies, we're going to turn up. Beautiful mother of my child, going to turn up.
You mean
Wives
children?
out here, going to turn up. You know? My ladies is here with me. You know
right, chilling. He was pacing on that balcony for a hot minute, waving his arms and shit. Ain't nobody out there but you.
Like it. As soon as I like it. And when you turn up, don't let no one dictate your pace. You feel what I'm saying? Do it your way.
When other people turn up, they turn up with their money, not somebody else's.
To limit myself to the way people want me to live. I done did my limitations already. I put my time in. Now I got my bread. Yo, just take the knowledge and do what you want with it. Because I'm doing what I want with mine. Blessings and abundance. Yeah? Yeah. So you get money closing out. I noticed. I don't want this thing not saved. BrotherPolight45@gmail.com.
And listen.
Leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready. Let's not waste time. Get to it. The hell with this holiday shit. I ain't trying to knock nobody. But the time you make the sacrifice now, you never have to look back in the future. Real talk. My last 2,000 changed my life. Changed my life. Bro. That's no cap.
Your last 2,000, is that why you didn't pay rent, Snag?
Yeah, good. Now I make sure I save myself. Shit.
You on that hobo homeless tour with Eugene?
It'd be dumb for this shit to die in front of a charger.
You know they building a whole fucking on the beach?
I know he's super lit. Yeah, when I wake up, man, I'm looking at that.
Right, Maximum.
Like, second I come out.
How the hell you go to the store and then the next time we see you, you looking scruffy and like you went dumpster diving at the Salvation Army on the rich folks side of town?
Miami now.
Miami.
Tell that nigga what pull up. He need to pull up on us.
He said he pull up.
He playing around. You know, I always got his ticket. Always got his ticket. Come on now. Talk to me nice. You know what's going on.
But we don't have to.
Don't talk to me at all. You know they red at the bottom. You know they red at the bottom.
And Scuffy.
You know these red at the bottom. You know they red at the bottom.
He bought all them clothes and still showing the same ones he always wear. Y'all ever notice that? He go shopping, but be wearing the same shit the next time you see him. The same shit he had on before he went shopping. Boy, we know you shopping for somebody else. Quit it with your bullshit.
Come on now. These the Fenty's, black on. Fenty Barbiana. Fenty Barbiana.
Sitting up there wearing Mayweather hand-me-downs, trying to act like you fans.
$100 things. Come on.
Staying at you. Oh, I ain't gonna tell that.
$1,000 hats.
There you go.
$600, $700 hats.
I blame you,
Keith and James.
Maximum. You
Don't
brought
say I
that
don't
head up.
I buy high-end black brands.
I blame you,
Little 10
Maximum.
pack here. I keep a 10 pack.
That's that same money you was showing in Dubai, nigga.
You know, I keep a 10 pack going. Don't let them lie to you.
They sell fake money on Amazon.
Shows the count.
Flip it
I
over.
keep a 10 pack. That's today's shop.
Flip it over.
I'm on a budget. I'm saying I shouldn't be spending more than 10 today. Talk to me nice. When I wake up out of this bed, I see this. Talk to me.
We see that same view every time you go to Miami, dude. How many times have you shown us that same view out that same balcony window that ain't yours? If that was yours, you wouldn't have your shoes and all your stuff on one little dresser. You are staying there at somebody else's place. And you set up your little stuff so people think you got something. One little half a dresser drop. A nightstand. You got a nightstand worth of clothes, nigga. Nightstand. Clothes, hats, shoes, all that on one little nightstand. Plus some money. Boy, you ain't got shit. Hobosexual.
Nice. Look how far I get to walk.
We already know. We saw dudes pacing back and forth on that freaking
How far I
balcony.
walk. All this shit. Prime real estate. I'm making more than I'm spending.
Corporate housing.
Talk to me nice. Another successful stream. I feel alive.
You going to jail?
Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. Yo, we came here to do. Yo, going on? Yo, what's going on? I'm walking around. I got these two phones in my hand. Yeah, it's supposed to be bad. Well, I love it. Talk to me nice. Damn, all these doors closed. Windows definitely cooked. Hey, Snap, you close those doors when you get a chance?
I can't tell y'all what to do. But if you type in Miami, Florida, corporate housing near the beach, 109. Okay. Now look. Because if you looked outside that window when he was standing out there and you look, it looked kind of like this. It don't look like that because the pool is different. But notice, all these places are set up pretty much the same. And look, the furniture looks the same too. So sparse, so bare. Because nobody actually lives there. They stay there when they come in town on business. But look. Look at this. Don't this look like it? Short-term housing. Oh, that looks particularly like it. You on Collins Avenue, Eugene? Or maybe it's this one. But you see, he's not staying in his house. He's staying in somebody's corporate housing. This looks surprisingly like it. Fully furnished corporate apartments. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Blessings in abundance. Today's stream is about, oh boy, Fleur, I gotta charge the phone for this shit. This room right here.
I mean,
you know, we gotta show you.
If it don't look like it,
right
tell
there.
me it don't look
And
like
boom,
it.
that's next door.
Nah,
that's
chill.
not even.
That's that same
you know?
spot. He's staying in somebody corporate housing. Because if you look at them lights, that's that same place he go to in Miami where he be standing on the balcony. Hold on, let me see. Oh, video Eugene's. Let's go back a couple of weeks. The first time I saw this picture, I swore up and down it was Craig because all I saw was the hair. I was like, what the hell? And I was like, oh, that ain't Craig. Hold on. Is this it? I think it is. But notice all these places look damn near the same. Look, and the only place that uses white sheets and white blankets religiously is someplace where the maid come clean up every day. It's corporate housing. That's probably where Mayweather sent his Ledoux boys.
Today's stream is about them wanting to be black, and you're ashamed of it. We're about to have what they call what? Black Friday.
Oh
Very
my gosh, why won't it
work.
let me
Nobody
move
wants to be
it?
black, right? That's next door. That's not even, you know? So it don't stop if we want to load up. Next stream, we
Yeah,
gonna do that. I'm
hotel
gonna do
shelter.
Thanksgiving stream, not really celebrate Thanksgiving, but to drop the knowledge and science on the food.
I'm gonna keep saying it. Last Thanksgiving, you was at old boy house. Y'all showed up late as hell and all the food was gone. The kids was hungry, and you sitting up here talking about how turkey give men estrogen when you got 2 whole daughters. They ain't got to worry about no estrogen in their system from no turkey. They was hungry.
Survive,
And old boy,
survive.
when you came in, he said, "Oh, y'all came late, all the food gone." And they was over there eating cake and pie because that was the only thing left. True black person Thanksgiving.
And you close that door, that thing's singing. I feel like nighttime. I feel like it's like the Blair Witch Project stuff. That shit sounds like a teapot though. I like the natural sounds though. That shit hard. I start meditating to that shit after complaining about it. But yeah, man, I love you guys. Make this money with us, man. Make this money with us, you heard? Come make this money with us, man. Make this money. Brooklyn, what up? From the 9 ounce, you heard? East Flat, 9 ounce. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all know what that
That's the money team apartment. That's their corporate house. For what they ain't with. Make well, get out my house. Go to the corporate house. And y'all ain't finna tear my shit up. Hey, Cupcake.
is. If you from Brooklyn, you know I come from the 9 ounce. You already know. Many men don't survive 9 ounce. East Flat. They'll tell you what East Flat is. Yeah. Word.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, June, what up?
Maybe Snag trying to get on the money team. Chillin'. I feel like we just collectively, as a society, need to watch Musk and Zuckerberg fist fight in the parking lot of a Waffle House. Just random.
That's my engineer. We flying him out here too. We in the studio out here.
They in the studio
Hey,
again,
we
y'all.
gonna record in Jamaica too. June, I tell you, June the 1st, you could confirm with the people. We going to Jamaica too.
June the 1st, are you trying to manifest it into existence? Because your ass got caught. Your trial started February the 8th, dude, but I don't think it's going to take that long.
Yeah. Tell Drew to bring his hard drive.
Yeah, June, we need you to bring it.
Bring your hard drive.
Bring your hard drive, June.
Bring your hard drive.
So we did some cook shit. All these countries we going to, we left the hard drive. So we got to do everything from scratch, June. We about to see you a smoke signal, nigga. Like, please bring your hard drive. Hey, he said he got us. He said, word, we was talking about it today. Like, did you bring yours? Nah, did you bring? Damn, nigga, so we got his MP3 and wave files.
I'm thinking like, can he?
We ain't got no stems, no nothing. So we gotta make sure you got one that got all our shit too when we traveling.
Yeah. What you said?
Yeah, June said it's said we live for Jamaica because June got the plug in Jamaica, so we can do what we gotta do.
The studio out here. You know what you working at?
Yeah, so yeah, we definitely in the studio. I think we in the studio Wednesday though. Jamaica soon come. You already know Jamaica part of our tour, you heard?
Yeah, man.
Can't just do Dubai.
Yeah, man.
All them ungrateful picnies that's out there talking this shit. You know what I mean? Running their mouth like some damn chichi mom.
That lady didn't look too happy when you poured that champagne on her ass. She did not look happy at all. She looked confused, disoriented, and a little bit disgusted. I can't fast forward it, so I'm just gonna turn away. And then he didn't even pour it on her right. Now look at her face when she turned around. She turned around like, what the fuck did this nigga just do? Like, just do what?
Blessings in abundance. Islands, Miami, LA. I gotta get back in New York. Let's think.
You know your ass don't go to New York because they looking for you.
That nigga want to step on my furniture. Nigga, and keep it.
Hey, Eugene, I triple dog dare your ass to go to Atlanta. This Negro skirt all the way around Georgia when he be going from state to state just to avoid folk that's looking for him.
Keep his section off.
If you could manifest all the money you say you could and you got all the money you say you could, you'd have security instead of trying to run all the time.
Oh, non-live stream
What
too.
David Chappelle say, nigga? What David Chappelle say?
Nigga, it's fool. It's fool.
I'm busy, nigga.
That's his approximation of what he thinks that rich people do with women, I guess.
Fidgety.
Yeah, I'm ready to hop in the Rolls Royce, nigga.
He fidgety. He ready to hop in the Rolls Royce. He need to go get some medicine or something.
That nigga said snack lit.
He was talking to sex earlier.
Snack lit. Yeah, but y'all know what's up. Hit me on the email. Leave your full name, your phone number, and we expect all of y'all to be with us. And I'm still taking 20 of my people out to Dubai with me. I'm lining up my next business meeting out there as it relates to my restaurant. I'm looking to erect another restaurant there, and I'm gonna take 20 of my supporters You know, if you're in the credit restoration, obviously it moves you to the front of the line. But I'm taking at least 20 of my people out there in Dubai with me, and I want them to sit in with me for my business meetings. I'm simulating the whole experience so people can catch a vibe. And hopefully we'll take it to Ghana, but maybe y'all should pay for y'all Ghana trip, because I'm paying times 20 people. And I think that's good enough.
Oh yeah, he said he taking 20 people to Dubai. Let's see, let's wait on it. I wouldn't hold my breath and wait on it though.
In Dubai, so maybe the Ghana trip is important too, but that's the only place in the world I've ever been to that gives something to me because I'm a black man out of America. Or like I like to say, American African of diaspora. You know what I'm saying? I don't say African American, I say I'm American Africa of the diaspora. Well, that's the only place that makes concessions to me because of who I am and how I look. So favorably in that matter, yeah, we need to go to Ghana. We need to have a conversation with them. But yeah, I'm taking y'all with me, man. At least 20.
Hold on. On another note, Kevin Gates wants to stop rapping about sex after his daughter's bedroom confession. His 19-year-old told him that she eat booty. His 19-year-old told him that she eat booty. And he said, I'm like, what the fuck? Was it a dude or a girl? She said, Dad. I said, don't even tell me. I don't want to know. I don't judge you. I love you. I ain't here to judge you. I love you. I said, man, what the fuck? You got 2 phones, one for the and you didn't think your daughter was going to pick up on that? She had to eat booty. Now he don't want to sing about sex no more. See how the tables turn when it affects you? Kevin Gates' daughter 19-year-old daughter came and told him that she ate booty. Now he don't want to sing about sex no more. You feel old, don't you, Kevin?
Not counting my homies and them that travel with me every time. That I cover the trip, because I want them to save their bread and keep stacking up. I invest in their talent and their artistry, because I know that's an investment.
It looked like she took home the stone Melissa.
That's just gonna add more mega millions. Like my man right here, he gonna add mad millions to me. So I always invest in him because I believe in his talent. So all my fans and them that are around, if they got talent, they know I fund it, and I just do my best to make sure they ain't gotta spend.
Be too coming soon, right?
Because you know, he one of those. Yeah, what can I say? That's what real friends do. You know, I pull everybody.
I think this is comeuppance because he said he would drink Beyonce pee-pee. So now your daughter out there eating booty like groceries, Kevin. Mr. Gates. Do you feel secure? Obviously not.
Everybody up with me. So when I take a break, all the people that I invested in, business-wise, music-wise, artist-wise, whatever, I can fall back and they can take care of me. And I ride into sunset.
He said he found out he was sleeping with his cousin and kept going after he found out.
Take your money and take care of your friends and take care of your family. That's how I do. So yeah, we gonna be all the way up tonight. Yeah, we can take a road chef, but you know, they vegan. These niggas still be savages. They learning though.
Nigga, you had crypto roots going in there buying you Lay's potato chips. And last I checked, Lay's potato chips ain't considered vegan, are they? Chips and candy bars. And Hennessy sure as hell ain't vegan.
But I ain't eating none of that. My man June, my engineer, he's vegan too. So yeah, we can take a road chef. We need to do a vlog and do a competition to see who wins to be the road chef with me and take you to Jamaica.
You know what? The human race is gonna end. Ain't nobody supposed to be eating no booty. Ain't nobody is supposed to be eating booty. You don't swim in shit. So why would you hush, Tasha? You ain't alkaline either.
Studios only got kitchens and beds and everything. Like when we in Paramount in LA, they be having the bedroom, they got the kitchen.
Corporate housing. Fully furnished corporate house. Who raised the 19-year-old booty liquor. See, I ain't telling y'all nothing else.
You know? So we definitely could use that. But yeah, anyway I can hire my people, man, I'm with it. Anyway.
I can
I'll see
answer
you
your
guys later.
question,
Blessings and
Melissa.
abundance.
Kevin Gates.
Only contact us when you're ready. Spend that money and change your life. Brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com.
Okay, so how people calling you trying to get free advice if you don't take no calls till they pay you? Couple brutally beaten at Elton John concert. The world going to hell in a handbasket. Kevin Gates' little daughter out here eating booty. And a couple got beaten up at an Elton John concert. Rocket Man. They were so excited to go have a random late night date. So they went to the Elton John concert. They had a really nice time and they wanted to beat the crowd, so they left 15 minutes before the concert ended. They were in their car exiting Dodger Stadium and traffic got crazy out there. People were walking all around the car, so they were in line to exit. A group of people walked around their car and they both heard this loud bang and someone had hit my dad's mirror on his Tahoe. The dad got out of the car to figure out what happened. And then he said, "Who hit my mirror?" A woman said she did, and she was drunk, and she swung at the man. And then 3 or 4 guys just started hitting him.
Pride,
Kevin got a new name.
Family, honesty, and trust. Brother POLIGHT45.
The wife got out of the car to help. And she was grabbed by the back of the head by a female. And a gentleman football tackled her and she went flying. She hit her head on the concrete and she blacked out. So they beat both of them to sleep. God damn, at an Elton John concert? Some guy was recording him, and the mob, you can't call it anything else, went after him, so they broke his phone and punched him too. They wasn't getting help quickly enough, so the lady had to drive her and her husband to the hospital, and they made a report with the LAPD. They suffered brain injuries and broken bones. The lady was released that night, and the man was hospitalized until Saturday. And apparently they daughter grown, and this is her telling this story. And this couple was in their 60s at an Elton John concert. Nowhere is safe anymore, people. Nowhere is safe.
I'll leave your full name and phone number. Stay lit. Eluvu. Blessings in abundance. Today's stream is about them wanting to be black, and you're ashamed of it. We're about to have what they call...
We're done, family. Hallelujah. I hope y'all Tylenol held out. And another one of those people that went up there on January 6th and been convicted. And the South Pole has record cold temperatures. Alkaline, the alkaline diet myth. Let's take a look. But before we take a look, we are going to take a small intermission because I gotta go powder my nose.
I'm too blessed to be at odds with you demons. Every time I talk that real shit, they say I'm preaching. Fucking let me preach then. Preach, brother, preach. Fucking let me preach then. Preach, brother, preach. Cause I'm too blessed to be at odds with you demons. Every time I talk that real shit, they say I'm preaching. Fucking let me preach then. clouds, this my sky cam. Proverbs 17:10, rebuke is more effective to a wise man than 100 lashes to a fool. That mean you willing to take correction. It's really just how you move, it's really more about the lesson.
Philippians 4:6. Don't you be anxious about anything. You should believe that you can make it with prayer by any means. So follow your dream, no matter how hard it may seem. If you got God on your team, pain is a part of the scene. What you see is a mark of the beast.
Some I'm trying not to see. Colossians 2 verse 8, don't let them capture you with empty philosophies. Oh man, I call that folly. Weight on my shoulders and shit, my brain feel like the dolly, can't trust anybody.
And that's the truth, I wanna spit it back. But it says in Mark 11:24, I tell you whatever you ask in prayer. But see, my people don't believe, cause my people been deceived. That's why most of my people leave.
I'm too blessed to be at odds with you demons. Every time I talk that real shit, they say I'm preaching. Fuck it, let me preach then. Preach, brother, preach. Fuck it, let me preach then. Preach, brother, preach. Cause I'm too blessed to be at odds with you demons. Every time I talk that real shit, they say I'm preaching. Fuck it, let me preach then. Preach, brother, preach. Fuck it, let me preach then. Preach, brother, preach.
When I feel like I'm lost in the mist,
What?
I read James 1:6. When you ask, you must believe, no doubt. That's what it is, that's the ones who doubt. It's like a wave from the sea. It goes up and it come right back down. Don't make believe.
Vision long in Psalms 119. Joyful are people of integrity. That shield of anointment feel like some weaponry. It's war in the streets, I can see they aura. New age, Sodom and Gomorrah. That's the reason why we preaching to them. Preach, brother, preach.
It can get hard just to make amends. But 1 John 4:7 talk about what's a real friend. They say we need to love one another, for this love to come from God. Tell me why it's hard to love your brother.
He looking down saying, preach, brother, preach. He looking down saying, preach, brother, preach. He looking down saying, preach, brother, preach. He looking down saying, preach, brother. I'm too blessed to be at odds with you demons. Every time I talk that real shit, they say I'm preaching. Fuck it, let me preach then. Preach, brother, preach. Fuck it, let me preach then. Preach, brother, preach. Cause I'm too blessed to be at odds with you demons. Every time I talk that real shit, they say I'm preaching. Fuck it, let me preach then. Preach, brother, preach. Fuck it, let me preach then. Preach, brother, preach.
I can't sit back and just watch my people fall. I can't sit back and just watch my people fail. It ain't in my DNA. But I guess because I speak positive and got a message in my music, people don't want to hear that.
Preach, brother, preach.
Now, I don't claim to be a teacher, I don't claim to be a preacher, but I got a voice and I'ma use it. So if you call what I'm doing preaching, then I'ma keep on preaching.
Ride out. Ride out. Ride out.
Yo, yo, yo! The Alkaline Diet, an evidence-based review. Healthline Diet scored 2.13 out of 5. The alkaline diet is based on the idea that replacing acid-forming foods with alkaline foods can improve your health. But you know what? If you're overindulging anything, it leads to bad things. Overall score 2.13, weight loss 2.5, healthy eating 1.75, sustainability 2.5, whole body health 0.5, nutrition quality 3.5, and evidence-based is 2. The alkaline diet is said to fight disease and cancer, but its claims aren't backed by science. Although it may aid your health by restricting junk foods and promoting more plant foods, this has nothing to do with your body's pH levels. The alkaline diet is also known as the acid alkaline diet or the alkaline ash diet. Its premise is that your diet can alter the pH value, the measurement of acidity or alkalinity of your body. Your metabolism, the conversion of food into energy, is sometimes compared to fire. Both involve a chemical reaction that breaks down a solid mass. However, the chemical reactions in your body happen in a slow and controlled manner. When things burn, an ash residue is left behind. Similarly, the foods you eat leave an ash residue known as metabolic waste. The metabolic waste can be alkaline, neutral, or acidic. Proponents of this diet claim that metabolic waste can directly affect your body's acidity. In other words, if you eat foods that leave acidic ash, it makes your blood more acidic. If you eat foods that leave alkaline ash, it makes your blood more alkaline. According to the acid ash hypothesis, acidic ash is thought to make you vulnerable to illness and disease, whereas alkaline ash is considered protective. By choosing more alkaline foods, you should be able to alkalize your body and improve your health. Food components that leave an acidic ash include protein, phosphate, and sulfur, while alkaline components include calcium, magnesium, and potassium. And notice that you need all of these minerals to make your body work right. Food components, okay, certain food groups are considered acidic, alkaline, or neutral. Acidic: meat, poultry, fish, dairy, eggs, grain, and alcohol. Neutral: natural fats, starches, and sugars. Alkaline: fruits, nuts, legumes, and vegetables. When discussing the alkaline diet, it's important to understand pH. Put simply, pH is a measurement of how acidic or alkaline something is. The pH value ranges from 0 to 14. 0 to 6.9 is acidic, 7 is neutral, and 7.1 to 14 are alkaline. Many proponents of this diet suggest that people monitor the pH of urine to ensure that it is alkaline and not acidic. However, it's important to note that pH varies greatly within your body. While some parts are acidic, others are alkaline. There is no set level. Your stomach is loaded with hydrochloric acid, giving it a pH of 2 to 3.5, which is highly acidic. This acidity is necessary to break down your food. On the other hand, human blood is always slightly alkaline, with a pH of 7.36 to 7.44. When your blood pH falls out of normal range, it can be fatal if left untreated. Okay, so your stomach is alkaline, but your stomach is acidic, but your blood is alkaline. However, this only happens during certain disease states such as ketoacidosis caused by diabetes, starvation, or alcohol intake. Food affects the pH of your urine, but not your blood. Let me guess, because urine comes out, and it's a way for your body to discard it. It's critical for your health that the pH of your blood remains constant. If it were to fall outside of the normal range, your cells would stop working and you would die very quickly if untreated. For this reason, your body has many effective ways to closely regulate its pH balance. This is known as acid-base homeostasis. In fact, it's nearly impossible for food to change the pH value of blood in healthy people, although tiny fluctuations can occur within the normal range. However, food can change the pH value of your urine though the effect is somewhat variable. Excreting acids in your urine is one of the main ways your body regulates its blood pH. So your body discards extra acid through your urine. So if you're checking your pH balance by your acid, it's always going to show up as acid because your body's discarding what it doesn't need. Oh my gosh. If you eat a large steak, your urine will be more acidic several hours later as your body removes the metabolic waste from your system. Therefore, urine pH is a poor indicator of overall body pH and general health. It can also be influenced by factors other than your diet. Yeah, some people don't drink water, so that makes their urine really acidic from what I've heard. No water. All drinks from the store. Osteoporosis is a progressive bone disease characterized by a decrease in bone mineral content. It's particularly common among postmenopausal women and can drastically increase your risk of fractures. Many alkaline diet proponents believe that to maintain a constant blood pH, your body takes alkaline minerals such as calcium from your bones to buffer the acids from the acid-forming foods you eat. According to this theory, acid-forming diets, such as the standard Western diet, will cause a loss in bone mineral density. This theory is known as the acid-ash hypothesis of osteoporosis. But guess what? Postmenopausal women, meaning they no longer get a menstrual cycle, meaning that their body no longer has that capability, meaning that it's going to pull it from somewhere else. That's why women get osteoporosis when they get older, you know. That's why they have pills and shit. However, this theory ignores the function of your kidneys, which are fundamental to removing acids and regulating pH balance. The kidney produce bicarbonate ions that neutralize acids in your blood, enabling your body to closely manage blood pH. Your respiratory system is also involved in controlling blood pH. When bicarbonate ions from your kidneys bind to acids in your blood, they form carbon dioxide, which you breathe out, and water, which you pee out. The acid-ash hypothesis also ignores one of the main drivers of osteoporosis: a loss in the protein collagen from bones. Your body's no longer producing what it needs, so it scavenges itself, so it pulls it out of your bones, which is why postmenopausal women take supplements. Your respiratory system is also involved in controlling blood pH. Oh, I already read that part. Ironically, this loss of collagen is strongly linked to low levels of two acids, orthosalicylic acid and ascorbic acid, or vitamin C, in your diet. Keep in mind that scientific evidence linking dietary acid to bone density or fracture risk is mixed. While many observational studies have found no association, others have detected a significant link. Clinical trials, which tend to be more accurate, have concluded that acid-forming diets have no impact on calcium levels in your body. If anything, these diets improve bone health by increasing calcium retention and activating the IGF-1 hormone, which stimulates the repair of muscle and bone. As such, a high-protein, acid-forming diet is likely linked to better bone health, not worse. Many people argue that cancer only grows in an acidic environment and can be treated or even cured with an alkaline diet. However, comprehensive reviews on the relationship between diet-induced acidosis or increased blood acidity caused by diet and cancer concluded that there is no direct link. First, food doesn't significantly influence blood pH. Second, even if you assume that food can dramatically alter the pH value of blood or other tissues, cancer cells are not restricted to acidic environments. In fact, cancer grows in normal body tissue, which has a slightly alkaline pH of 7.4. Many experiments have successfully grown cancer cells in an alkaline environment. And while tumors grow faster in acidic environments, tumors create this acidity themselves. It is not the acidic environment that creates cancer cells, but cancer cells that create the acidic environment. Do we have any questions? Like, we already didn't know Dr. Sebi was full of it, but yeah. Examining the acid-alkaline theory from both an evolutionary and scientific perspective reveals discrepancies. One study estimated that 87% of pre-agricultural humans ate alkaline diets and formed the central argument behind the modern alkaline diet. More recent research approximates that half of pre-agricultural humans ate net alkaline forming diets, while the other half ate net acid forming diets. Keep in mind that our remote ancestors lived in vastly different climates with access to diverse foods. In fact, acid forming diets were more common as people moved further north of the equator away from the tropics. Although around half of hunter-gatherers were eating a net acid-forming diet, modern diseases are believed to have been much less common, but we didn't have processed foods back then, did we? The alkaline diet is quite healthy, encouraging a high intake of fruits, vegetables, and healthy plant foods while restricting processed junk foods. However, the notion that the diet boosts health because of its alkalizing effects is suspect. These claims haven't been proven by any reliable human studies. Some studies suggest positive effects in a very small subset of the population. Specifically, a low-protein alkalizing diet may benefit people with chronic kidney disease, meaning their kidneys do not work properly. And kidneys do what? Give the acid out. In general, the alkaline diet is healthy because it's based on whole and unprocessed foods. No reliable evidence suggests it has anything to do with pH levels. Do we have any questions, comments, concerns? Thank you for that informative article, Chillin'. I can't. I mean, it's enough stuff to parse and piece out. You know, without people trying to get some kind of hook to get you to buy their book or follow them or all this other kind of mess. It's always some type of agenda. Always some type of agenda. Sour Skittles. Well, it is 10 o'clock. I got a house full of children. And they probably want to go to bed or something. And I just got them barked from the room. Yeah, chilling. And see, my thing is, look, I grew up, my daddy didn't graduate. My daddy is functionally illiterate. But he also held a full-time job, retired, owns his own land, and all that stuff. Being educated and being rich are not the end-all be-all. But see, this is where being humble comes in. You know, I'm not picking at Polight because he didn't graduate. I'm picking at Polight because he out here scamming people and didn't graduate. You know, you want to sit up here and look down on other people that have accomplished something that you haven't, but then you want to throw your so-called success in their face. Well, February 8th, we're going to see what happens. February 8th is the start of that trial. All right, I got out of high school and joined the military and later went on to get an associate's. You know, it is what it is. Guess what? The top companies are ran by people that dropped out of college, didn't go, had family money. So for you to sit up there and use that as a barometer is fake and phony as hell. Yeah, it is, Cupcake. Look, I saw some man back when I was on this quest to figure out what the fuck was wrong with my stomach. I ran into a whole lot of shit. And this man was talking about how it was a white guy. And he was one of those people that was selling this stuff in the early 2000s. And he was out in a freaking field. Kanye West says he's selling Balenciagos and Adidas's Adidas and Gap hoodies for $20. So not 2,000 no more, 20. A little 20, 20, 20. Exactly, chillin'. Did the man that made the Super Soaker go to college? I don't know. Asking for a friend. But, you know, all these... Oh, yeah, the dude with the horse. So, I still remember this because I was sitting out there reading it. You know, when you in pain and the doctors don't know what to do for you, you will go out and do some hellified shit. Now, those of y'all that have been here for a while know what I'm talking about because I done told some of these stories before. But this dude was like, he was out in the field and he saw this horse and the horse had a big old tumor on it, right? And he was like, he followed the horse around and watched what the horse ate. And the horse's tumor miraculously shrunk. Dang, Cupcake, now you want me wanting some sour Skittles. But, I ain't had no candy in a hot minute. I had some gummy bears. But he was sitting up here talking about how he followed this horse around. And this horse was eating all kind of herbs and stuff out the field. And the horse's big old tumor disappeared. So he decided to replicate what the horse was eating. And he was selling it to people. You just picked up some random shit out of field, ground it up, and sold it. And you going to jail. See, and then remember them things that used to always pop up on the internet where it looked like somebody done took the cut out some seaweed and put it in the toilet stool, talking about after you take this is gonna come out of your system. Just like they be sitting up there talking about them Yanni balls and shit. I wonder how many of y'all gonna be going to the OBGYN because your shit falling out because you've been sticking herbs and shit up there. Like, if you steam your hoo-ha over a pot and some mucus that you didn't have before start coming out, you need to go immediately to the doctor. And doctors have even said some of this stuff is detrimental to your health. And people still be, oh, I don't believe Western doctors in their medicine. Well, guess what? I think it's done killed a lot more people than it's done killed. What kills people is medical malpractice and negligence, not the actual science itself. See, people want to throw away the hospital with the bad doctor and just don't go to the doctor. But that's where advocating for yourself comes in when you go to the doctor. People would rather sit around and pretend like you ain't got the dropsies because you scared to go to the doctor. Because you scared of what they might tell you. But guess what? If you wait too long and go, you almost guaranteed to die. Right, Cupcake. Right. But this is what people do. People suspend belief for the oddest shit. Like, remember back in the 90s, they used to have these little fairs that would travel around. But it was like a sideshow. Probably one of the last sideshows on Earth. And they had a piece of frozen whale in there and all kind of other shit. But just like they got Marilyn Monroe's dress at some roadside stand somewhere in the fucking desert, somebody always willing to sell you some shit. That don't mean they on the up and up. Sadie died in jail because he was trying to take undeclared money to another country. Now, if he was so wholesome and so good, would he really have been trying to smuggle money? Would he really have been trying to smuggle money out of the country if all he wanted to do was make people better? He left the country so he wouldn't get prosecuted again, more than likely in the first place. After he went to court, where him and the court came to a stalemate, not because he was right and the courts was wrong, But because he didn't actually hurt anybody. And why didn't he hurt anybody? Because they was eating fruits and vegetables. But does that mean that he cured them of AIDS? Nope. Does that mean he cured them of herpes, gonorrhea, syphilis, or anything else? Nope. It just means he told people how to eat healthy. And in doing so, he restricted their diets to such a point where their bodies look like they're freaking eating themselves. Some of them. Some of them, I think they be sneaking down the Longhouse Steakhouse to get a steak once a week. Just like Polight was saying his body is his temple, and then Crypto Roots came out and told that he was drinking Hennessy and eating junk food. Inky was at the McDonald's. You know, you can say that was a skit all you want to, but the hamburger was in your mouth, dude. You was licking that beef patty, wasn't you? That little ass beef patty. People always want to sell you something. It's up to you to do your due diligence. But some people don't even know what due diligence means, so there you have it. I don't with them people chilling. You know that. I don't with them. I don't listen to them because they sound like in the ghetto on a cold and gray Chicago morn. Another little baby child is born in the ghetto. In the ghetto, and a mother cries. Yeah. Every time they prop a black person up and say, we need to listen to them, I go the other way. I don't know. That's just the contrariness in me. I take a look, then I walk away. If the first sentence don't catch me, I'm gone. Yep, Cupcake. Not a one, not a nan. Not a nan, Cupcake, not a nan. He didn't test nobody. They just said, I feel better. But guess what? If you quit eating junk food and go whole hog on fruits and vegetables, you're gonna feel better because you just flushed all the schlock out of your system. But if you still had cancer, that cancer's gonna be there after. Then you got Big Hunky, Big Funky, that be at Golden Corral on Sundays with the church women's. Eating the all-you-can-eat buffet, taking the whole roast back to his table. Claiming to be vegan. Oh, this is alkaline. Nigga, please. They tell you don't eat peanuts. Do you know that black people used to subsist off pork and peanuts? And guess what? Our great-great-grandfathers are way healthier than we will ever be. Why they tell you peanuts ain't alkaline and shit. You know, these are a whole bunch of do as I say, not as I do type do. He gonna sit up there and say, get like me. But then say, oh, when you got money, don't spend it like him. Because he ain't spending his money. As many clothes as we done seen Eugene in the store supposedly wearing, he should be able to show us 2 walk-in closets full of outfits. Not a duffel bag of crumpled up fake Louis Vuitton or hand-me-down Louis Vuitton. You know, he would be able to show us like they used to do on MTV Cribs. This is my house. You know, this is my walk-in closet on the first floor. This is Amulet walk-in closet. This Amulet wig room. As many frontals and lace fronts as she got. It was something to do with peanuts chilling. I don't know if he invented peanut butter or... It might have been something to shell peanuts. Eating a bag of sour cream chips talking about alkaline. Well, sour cream is dairy, so according to them, it's not alkaline. Just be, ooh, Lord, just contradicting. Talking contradictions. Whatever that black man did to that peanut, yes, he was black, though, chilling. I don't rightly know who made peanut butter. Did they make chunky first or did they make smooth? Or was it all chunky and then they perfected it and made smooth? I don't know. My dad used to work at the pickle plant where they made boiled peanuts, and I still don't know. They used to make peanut butter too. Polight man, because people talking about the way that he treats women and the way that he interacts women, but he is also going on trial February 8th for doing that to a minor, up to the point where she got 6 points of DNA on her upper half from his lower half. I mean, the world would be so much easier if more people had common sense, but hey, here we are. How many more folk? People come in, people trickle in all the time and put something under the comments. When he going to jail? I'm ready for this nigga to go to jail. Everybody ready for him to go to jail, chillin'. We all ready. Oh, you mean in his live streams? He deletes them pretty fast. He go ahead and block them with quickness. Somebody asks something he don't like, the block it button they get. So ain't no telling what they put under them comments, you know, when ain't nobody looking, because him and Amalette be right there to delete them joints. Right, Cupcake. Like, maybe we should get some turbans and shit and start selling stuff. I got some sand over here, some Alabama red clay to cure all your illnesses. True, chillin', true. I wouldn't have no job if people had common sense. Is it plugged in? It doesn't take power. Then how you cut it on? Oh, yo, I read this article. Some chick that worked customer service was on TikTok, right? And she was telling how this woman was talking about how she had just bought her 7th laptop. She was going to school for like some type, not a college degree, but like a doctorate, I think, a PhD or a doctorate, some shit like that. And she went through 7 computers because she didn't know they charged up. Let me repeat that. 7 computers in 3 weeks because she didn't know there was a charge cable and it charges up. PhD or doctorate, y'all. You wouldn't believe how many people are out there that don't know phrases such as plug it into the power. How would I know? I do tech support all day. Can you unplug it from the power? You mean cut it off? No, I mean literally what I said. Unplug it from the power. Right, chillin'. You'd be out of business. I wouldn't have no job. We'd all be wandering around aimlessly. What can we do now? I don't know. 7 computers because she didn't, 7 laptops because she didn't realize that they charged up. Some people have more money than common sense, and trust me, I've seen some internet bills in California. Some people have entirely too much money and entirely not enough sense. Eugene just happens to be broke and shifty and trying to get everybody else money. They should have a comprehension class in middle school, and you can't go on to high school until you pass. You should have to get a certificate to be an adult out here in this world. If not, you need supervision. It's too many people out here with not enough sense and not enough supervision. Yeah, children. They don't know how to do shit. That's not talking about our people with money. But yeah, it's a good number of them out there. I don't see how people even live in California anymore. I'm sorry, but when it comes to the point where you have to pay $1 million for a shack and a quarter acre of land, something wrong. I cannot. It's like we are living in idiocracy. Yeah. And I guess that's good for people that's got sense, because then we got a job. But shit. It's like, how can you live like that? How can you be so dependent on other people that you don't even know how to use a microwave? How? I mean, literally, common sense should be taught in middle school. I don't care how much, but you ain't getting access to this money until you answer this 50-page questionnaire, damn it. And people can be smart and stupid at the same time, too. Man, I felt so bad when I woke up. I felt real down. I felt mighty bad. Right. When I was house hunting, I said, these folks smoking crack. Chilling, you sitting up here reading my mind. I mean, next thing you know, we gonna be going to Starbucks for rim jobs and shit. If you ain't seen Idiocracy, go watch the movie and you'll understand. Oh my gosh. All I have to say to that is Mondo has electrolytes. And the whole premise of that movie was that people have become so dependent on shit that they didn't even know that plants require water. Something that's free. They wasn't even letting people drink water. They was drinking Mondo because the corporations had bred them to dumb them down through the generations. Well, let's go to Starbucks. We don't have time for that. Like, what? Oh my goodness. Kevin Gates been sitting up here. Ain't Kevin Gates the one that started that eat booty shit? Kevin Gates is not only the founding member, but the president of the Eat Booty Gang. And he's shocked because his daughter out here eating booty. He one of the founding members of the Eat a Booty Gang. Hey, Inky. We was just talking about you in a Big Mac a little while ago. And he one of the founding members of the Eat a Booty Gang. And he about to throw up because his daughter eating booty. Make it make sense. You can't, because it don't. Shame, shame, shame. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he ain't the founding member. He one of the founding members, though. He took that shit and ran with it, Chili. And now Trick Daddy got lupus and Kevin Gates don't want to talk about sex no more. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Ooh. Let me see what time it is. It's 10:23. I slept half the day because I wasn't feeling too hot. My stomach was, I don't know what my stomach thought it was doing. But it's been doing it most of the day, so I am actually still pretty tired. We've been on for 2 hours and 45 minutes. Eugene talked for about 1:20, and we had to stop. Inky, I got a question for you. How the fuck did you sit up there with him while he talk all this gobbledygook? Yeah, Cupcake. Did you just take Tylenol before you met up with that nigga? I'm just curious. Ah, shit, I gotta go see Polight today. Let me go get my etc. I just want to know. You know what? Conscious also means awake. So if you're walking around and talking, that means you awake and you conscious. It's like, man, quit trying to change the dictionary and definitions. Just stick to the ones that's in Merriam-Webster and you doing good, baby. Don't be out here trying to be extra. Times is hard, times is tough, and karma's a bitch. So you might be living high on the hog now, but you're going to be laugh now, cry later. That's why Eugene got caught. And let me take my butt back to bed. But I had to do my check, and I saw that. I was looking at it, and I was like, please let it only be 20 minutes. Please let it only be 20 minutes. Then I clicked on that shit, 1:19. I almost said, you know what, fuck Polight. I'm not going live tonight. I don't feel good. But we know we got to keep our foot dead on his neck, because the bitch is fast, and he might rig away. But family, that is enough credit restoration microwave for tonight. I will see y'all at the next one. This is TripCTreehouse, where it's always swinging